look, we've seen a lot of coaches step into the skirmish. Maybe, you know,
Yeah, but
scratch that itch a
I
little.
mean, for better or for worse, he might miss his playing days a little bit. You know, you see Ben Kai come up on the desk. He doesn't want that bait. He feels like he can run it back. But, you know, let's see if he get, there you go, gets one on the board.
Good kill.
There you go. Oh, look at the support from Divine. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I
what
mean, yeah, I guess he's being coached at this point. The thing I will highlight as well is, I'm interesting when they win the skirmish here, T1. I'm assuming they will. Sorry, Alex, but I'm assuming they will. If you pick Team A or Team B as T1, because you actually want to hide a little bit more. Maybe you don't want to first ban and then pick a map, because that actually reveals a little bit more what your intentions are to Paper X. Maybe you do want Paper X to pick first and then kind of guess what you have or haven't been working on, and then get to pick the second map of the series. It's not always as straightforward as just pick the better team.
Absolutely, and I think with this so I want to see what if T1 are going to choose to head towards these maps that they've not shown. I think I'd be feeling more confident for T1 if they are able to do that, because it shows that they have something more in their pocket.
Well, Buzz is feeling good, that's for sure. That's
I mean,
a
I'm not
big
surprised.
smile on his face. Like, he's like, I'm gonna lose my job. Oh no, his job is on the line here, Buzz. You need to win this.
If they terminate his contract before the series starts, then I think Paper X win, no?
yeah.
I don't know if Carpe's going in on the
Oh
Neon.
no. Oh no.
No,
Buzz
it's the
doesn't
comeback.
still know that.
It's the comeback. He's stressed.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, very stressful indeed. And I'm not sure why Alex decided to put himself through all of this stress right before this important match. And of course, this is, despite all of the fun that we are seeing on this stage, this is still an elimination match here in Pacific. This is still a qualifier for Masters London. So we might see all smiles here in the skirmish, but this is still going to be cut.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Paper X, very relaxed approach though, which is exactly how they kind of operate the best. You know, when the stress gets too high, things get flustered. You know, they don't have a traditional system of having that one IGL and that one leader. So you heard it from them themselves when they talked about the Santiago Grand Final. When it doesn't hit for Paper X and things get a little bit all over the place, that's when they're not doing so well. So I think it's better for them to be relaxed in that regard.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And we are about to head into our map veto right now. We can see what T1 has prepared. I actually do hope that maybe we get sent or something interesting in this map veto.
So they've made PRX ban first. Pearl goes out, something that T1 have played fair bit of. It's been picked into them. Fracture out for T1. I would love for them to play Fracture. I used to love watching Buzz off with Neon on Fracture when I was getting it.
Okay.
For PRX, and there it is. I mean, Frost was even saying it on our desk the other day. T1 have been saying their ascent is very good. They're going to be bold enough to pick it in a make-or-break game for London.
Absolutely. The first two maps, or two of the maps that T1 have managed to get in it. They've already been disbanded for it, by the way. This was the third map of it, but they've never even had to go there because they've been winning with some dominant matches. So I'm so excited to see what they've got cooked up there. And I think Ascent, you know, Paper X, I don't think we'll be mad about an Ascent pick either, because we saw them look strong on it.
It was picked into them by KRX just the other week, and they played their all comp that they played at Champs. It looked double duelist pair, Izu and Buzz with the Yoru Raze meta. They're going to have to reinvent the wheel a bit and understand the fundamentals on this map. So I'm a little bit concerned for T1, I'm not going to lie. They haven't played either of the first two maps in this video. The third map, Decider, is the only map that
I mean, I disagree. I like that they're hitting those maps. It is shows a lot of confidence in this goes towards separation. And then we also, Breeze is going to be that map through Decider that we just did that. So absolute victory. So I think this is one of those matches where both teams feel like they're happy with it.
Yeah, I'm curious about PRX's ascent because Alex did mention that they chose that map because they didn't have enough time. So we're expecting just this win to get back for PRX. And it's probably on their side as well. T1 now doesn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, for this, we see KPX have had 100% win on this match so far. You know, this standard double duelist comp, I love this comp so much for them because everybody's comfortable. It feels like everybody's going to roll it with a lot of sense. So the question mark is obviously on T1. In my mind, you know, I think Buzz is going to be on that Neon, but what style do they take around it? What is easy for them to be able to play better and support it?
they're going to opt to play attack first as well, so they're not going to take the approach that some other teams have taken into double duelist of we're going to play a Senti heavy or a defense heavy comp, something like a Zenlong Tiger or maybe and opt to defend the double duelist first. Instead, we want to be able to play that attacking side, set the tempo ourselves, and well aware of what the PRX tendencies are. They like to play well heavy, they like to fight for the main, you know, whether it's something contesting early on, they like to do those big walks, but that's what I'm looking for T1 to punish. It's what we say all the time about Paper X. They like to be aggressive, but there's nuance to it, and that's where T1 has to be flexible and adaptable and come up with the attacking side style.
every team knows what it is. It's very unpredictable. But is it predictable now with being unpredictable? That's going to be the big question as they step onto that stage. T1 also, I want to see this team transform on that stage because whenever it comes to all these big global events, T1, they never fail to impress. It comes alive with the stage, especially Stack and Fun. I mean, we saw it in Match Backup. I remember that in Match Backup, like my prediction, I predicted T1, and I was like, these guys are going to come alive that stage. Just you wait.
Yeah.
Nobody believes me.
And they're so experienced, right? It's easy to have those be the ones that you're leaning on. And everyone on that team's lifted those trophies. Everyone's been there and done that. So I really think in this match, compared to that match with the Sultan, I think both teams will look to settle in a lot faster. I do think that there's a chance, one team can get caught off guard a little bit with the pace of play, especially if it's going to be that double duelist. So pistol rounds will be massively important. Sure in that first one, I think it's massive for that momentum.
Absolutely, and I want to see, like, for Paper Rex, how they're going to be able to come back in these mid rounds that maybe don't work in their favor initially, because there have been some times wherein, they make a couple of mistakes and suddenly it all spirals. But Paper Rex are still the kind of team that you can't ever do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have great leadership structure. They have veteran players. So I think Munchkin's a master of mid-rounding for me. And I think he's got the supportive staff of Stacks there to should do quite well for themselves. You're hoping for a big day for Munchkin.
I am hoping for a very big day for Munchkin.
Both of
That's
these teams
absolutely
are
right.
hoping for a window because they both had some element of disappointment in London, whether it be that grand final for Paper X or T1 maybe not making it as far as they would have wanted to, unfortunately, and going out a little bit earlier than they would have wanted to. And unfortunately, for one of these teams, the disappointment will continue here at the Big 26.
Yeah, one thing I want to do is I want to touch on him a little bit. He's had such a fantastic year, but then in that last series, he was definitely missing until Split. It was Split where he came alive. It was that map 3, and he starts to go crazy. So I kind of love that they're starting there for Paper X, because if he gets the ball rolling, he's so strong.
What agent was he on Split?
Not great, but that's exactly what I was about to say. We're looking at Split. He gets a raise. Ascent Priest, though, he's on Sage Omen duties, so he's going to need probably something to be doing the heavy lifting, the rest of the boys to be lifting around him. With the addition of Ascent into the map pool over Blind, we're taking one more raise map away from Paper Rex, and that's where they're going to have to be a little bit more well-rounded, and we're going to have to continue to see fantastic plays from something on the Yoru initially. I wouldn't be surprised if they move to the Jet. I think
they should swap.
At some point.
Yeah, I think that, for all these players, of course, they're going to be amazing on that stage, but I also think that on the side of T1, Yizu is such an X factor for this team. He is such a flexible player, and he's also one of those players that's so reliable.
Yeah. I mean, because he's been so good across a multitude of roles, but so, Bilski, what do you think? Do you want them to keep running this chamber style stuff, or would you rather him flex across? Because he's so good at flexing, but he's equally so good at, driving home that chamber.
I don't think Chamber's going to be seen on Split, obviously. Ascent, I mean, we did see Chamber be very popular with that Chamber Vice comp, but the also mixed in. Maybe that's something T1.
Like, yeah, they throw as usual, but they look pretty solid. Let's meet at 50-50.
50-50? Man. Actually, it could flip in either way. Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be very momentum based. Just whatever team's firing, for sure.
Plus matchup.
不一起的，然后每个考卷发下来就开始趴着睡觉，20分钟之后直接交卷，给出了做压力。
Yeah, well, going into the lower bracket too, of course, Paper Rex, they love this kind of comfort scenario for them. They like it when they're in the lower bracket.
压力给到隔壁的人，
A little bit of that second win.
就跟我同测的时候一样， 压力给到同考场的人。
They always say we want to put on a good show for you. They want a good show for the audience. With that, we're gonna get overtime.
在真正是有爱。如果真的不是有爱，真情。
Sometimes make really bad things to miss.
Ish OTs for the first.
God, I hate you.
后的下半场，我觉得 T1 一定没问题的点是他本身的地图持就。
哦哟，好啦，一分。
Which is a great trait to have, and now you're playing I think both these teams would have loved to qualify that first time round.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. And I also think both these teams are going to be quite happy that they can do it in front of these crowds. Both these teams have massive amounts of fans. They like hearing that noise. They like feeling the white noise there on the land. So I think both teams, as much as they would have loved to, they're not upset that this is the qualification.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at this crowd, I'm pretty sure we're going to show them later, but they are anticipating the walkouts. They are already right there waiting for their favorite players. So this is definitely going to be a big match. And again, this is the Masters London qualifying match here. And you look at the possibilities, right? Masters London without Paper Rex or Masters London without T1 could be the only Korean team. And that will be a mark of first in the history.
Especially because it's not just in this region where the underdog teams are qualifying. This is going to be an incredibly volatile event where I think experience is going to make a big difference. I think for that reason, China might do a little bit better, but whoever comes out of this matchup and qualifies into the event, I think that they're a shoo-in for making a deep placement because this is two teams with some incredibly experienced players. And look, we haven't seen North America shake out just yet, but I think especially looking at EMEA, there's going to be a fair few teams that crumble when they go to London, I think.
Yeah,
It's a weird time in PCT. It's a little unpredictable time, but congratulations on making it to Masters London. But,
yep. I'll be there with Foot. Keep an eye out.
As he said on Twitter, we love feet.
Favorite school. I think you made a brilliant point about both these teams before, Belsky, that they have wrongs to right there in London. Both of these teams have a real drive and a real reason to get back there. Paper Rex, choking hard in that final, being overrun by Nongsu is something that's going to live in their head. And T1, going out in the group stage when they were being touted as one of the favorites to win it, they're not happy with that. So the fact that one of these teams doesn't get that second chance internationally is going to be, so sad for them. Also, not to mention what it's going to do for the potential champ points as we move on.
Yes, that is right. Champion Shanghai is still on the horizon, quite distant, but still getting ever closer. And of course, going into this matchup, this is a matchup that could easily be our grand finals here in Pacific, but this is a lower bracket matchup. It does feel like it indeed. So we are going to be so excited to set up the stage in just a few for Paper Rex and T1. But really, really quickly, has anything changed with your prediction?
I'm still Paper Rex. It's lower bracket Paper Rex.
Lower bracket, lower bracket. It's that lower bracket run, lower bracket Demons indeed. We are going to send it to the stage for our second match of the day. T1 taking on Paper Rex.
I got black, I got white, what you want? Hop outside a ghost and hop up in a fan, I know I'm about to blow.
Match of the day, an elimination match on our Vietnamese stage. Our Masters Toronto winners versus our Masters Bangkok winners. Who continues their journey into our lower final and whose journey ends right here. T1 looking good as they greet all of the fans in that trademark Vietnamese non la. And of course, when we talk about the best in the region, it's PRX and T1 that are usually talked about. T1 almost flawless to stage one. Save that loss that sent them into the lower bracket. But now, I believe they're ready to get back and face Paper Rex.
Yeah, they're the pride of Korea, but you also have Paper Rex on the other side of things.
Absolutely, Paper Rex. The lower bracket is where they perform best, and if you think that's impossible, a team like Paper Rex proves that all wrong. This squad is still the team that so many believe is the best in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that we know can do damage internationally. In that pink and purple, they are fan favorites, and they have been for a very long time. We know just how sharp these players are. Can they deliver? Now their back is truly against the wall, against a vicious T1 squad.
Yeah, this is players that they're very familiar with. As I said before, the pride of Korea, and they are players that have faced off against Paper Rex time and time again on their various different squads. We're talking about Vision Strikers, RX, Genji. They've all come together to take down one of their arch nemesis in Pacific and take down one of their arch nemesis in Pacific and take down one of their arch nemesis.
But of course, Paper Rex, the pride of SEA as well, and this is where we are right now on stage in Southeast Asia. I feel like Paper Rex, they have that kind of buff. It's not just the lower bracket, but they are also at home right now.
Absolutely. You know the crowd is going to go mental for these guys. Honestly, I don't think there's a city in the world that wouldn't lose their minds when Paper Rex are walking out. They are huge fan favorites. I think they need to use the momentum of the crowd today. They need to get a taste for London if they want to make it there. And they need to remember, you know, they've been there, done that. They've lifted these trophies. All these players have been so good. So use everything in your advantage today. Use this crazy, fantastic environment that we're in and bring your A game.
See big smiles on their face there. It's clear that the boys are here to play today. You saw in the upper bracket that they fell to Global Esports and their former teammate in Patman. That's one narrative that went against them, despite the fact how one-sided the record was. So they want to make sure that they can keep the lower bracket merchant narrative going and take down some of their, you know, very feared and respected opponents here in T1.
By the way, there is a little Paper Rex mosh pit
怎么
going on
没有
over there.
Lotus
Everybody
黑的
decked
跟
out in
Pearl
jerseys. This crowd is absolutely insane. Like we said, this could be a grand final, and the cheers that we are hearing right now reflect exactly that.
I mean, given the strength of our region, this could be a grand final internationally. But it's exactly it's an elimination game, guys. Whoever loses this will not get that chance to redeem themselves over in London. Lose and you go home here. Everything on the line. The last chance salute for two of the heroes of our region.
I have to pull back the curtain then. T1, what have you been hiding in your map pool? Split to start things off. It's a map we've seen many times for Paper Rex this season. 4-0 on it, and God, have they had some dominant games. They slapped KRX and GE on this map before. First game against Team Secret where Envy pulls them across the line. But T1, in the past they've played this so much, but are they going to be tricky here, or are they going to go back to their fundamentals that would work for them in previous seasons?
I think they can go back and do what they did before. I love that style for them. This T1 is not a team that's afraid to be aggressive. It's not a team that's afraid to use their individuality, I want to say. So I want to see them take those fights to Paper Rex, and I want to see them play a composition that's going to allow them to do that as we bring it up and take a look here. It is that double duelist. Izu's on the raise.
Yeah, this is very fundamental T1. You got double controller. This is pretty much the comp that they've played in and out at this point, but Bud stays on the Neon. A fundamental difference between both of these comps. For Paper Rex, it is the comfort of the Jet Rays. Envy's on the Sky. He had a massive game on it against Team Secret.
He was fantastic. One of the players I want to touch on super fast was Delvi. He was the hero of that last game. Unk has still got it, and especially on this Viper.
Absolutely. It is going to be an exciting one indeed. This is Paper Rex taking on T1, and we start on split. You know what they say, only bangers on split. So let's play. We are sending it to our casters, Paper Thin and Achilles.
The only downside to this series is that it's a best of 3 and not a best of 5. T1 versus Paper Rex, both of our Masters Trophy lifters from last year, now squaring off for that final position at Masters London.
Yeah, this promises to be an absolutely crazy map. You know, especially with these two teams, how good they are, how close you should feel that they are in terms of relative power level, both coming out of their groups respectively as the #1 teams. You know, at the end of the day, this match to me almost just feels like who is going to be able to survive, who is going to be able to kind of out-mental the other, who is going to be able to keep themselves together, because I feel like both these teams, it's more on themselves than sometimes it is the opponent across the stage.
No, it really can come down to that at times, so we'll have to see who's feeling more refreshed as we get ready to go into this one, because it's going to be Paper Rex's map pick to start things off. That split that Des was talking about, it has looked so very good for them. And we get two maps that T1 just have not shown this entire stage. Historically, strong on it, but how does it look when you're coming on stage cold with this map pick, with these comps? It's really hard to judge.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know for sure. I mean, Paper Rex looks pretty comfy when they're in their groove. They look like they can beat anybody on the planet. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Sometimes I feel like the only team that can beat Paper Rex is Paper Rex. And so if they're in the zone, then it's going to be tough. And again, you know, for me, for Paper Rex, Devi looked like he was at a different, like, emotional level than I'm used to seeing from him the last time out. He was going crazy on stage. And he was yelling. He was fired up. Usually he's Mr. Calm and cool and collected. He's just kind of he's laughing. You know, he's giving you a little fist bump after they have a big round. In that last one, he was popping up. I mean, he was yelling, and I saw it in the huddle there, too, so I'm kind of curious.
It could happen. I mean, Devi, he's always that big stage player for Paper Rex, shows up when they need him the most, and we got a pretty big stage for him. So if that's going to be happening, the T1 are going to have their work cut out for them. But we are on the cusp of basically two historic things, because Paper Rex pretty much
他不是表定
global events
8点开始
frequent when they aren't
对啊
making it to the global
哦，
stage.
前面两队
有
打，
来不及看
They can't
哦，打太
qualify.
久
It's the
了。
first time we do
对啊
not have
虽然是2-0，但还是打很久
as far as an organization is concerned at a global stage. They have always been there, omnipresent, but this could be the first time they have to say goodbye.
It just shows you how unbelievably stacked this region is. I mean, you just saw full sense, a Thai team that looking to be the #1 seed. They're going in with that bye, and then, you know, Global Esports, a team that's an amalgamation of a lot of different players from a lot of different regions. It's just anybody's game here in Pacific. You got to come in with the right reads, the right mentality, all these other things. So I'm kind of curious about T1 today. You know, Stacks looked brilliant on the KO in particular on Breeze. The last time we saw him, I mean, it wasn't just the shooting, it was the utility too. So those kind of things are going to have to carry over here. Going to see Izu on the raise. That's really exciting. I would expect that should free him up to do what we're used to seeing him doing, and that's absolutely frag out of control.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest concern I think is going to be for T1, what kind of form is something going to be in? Because you know what you're going to get typically when it comes down to being on the raise. He's going to go. He's going to go. He's going to go crazy. So, can something do the same? Because if they're both going to be firing on all cylinders, they're both fragging out of control, then I think that you're going to have your work cut out for you.
Yes.
I was thinking perhaps fighting this map for so very long, maybe we were going to be seeing Izu go over onto the chamber, something that kind of enables T1 to maybe better control the double duelist composition from Paper Rex, but they're opting to just kind of match fire with fire.
And that's fine. I mean, I think as T1, you should be confident that your players can keep up with the Paper Rex players at their best, right? So you've got to put them in positions to succeed, into positions where they can do what they do best, and that's go kill. Like, these players should be, pound for pound, just as good as Paper Rex in a lot of ways. Like, you could argue maybe, you know, Munchkin a little bit less so than others, but still, like, the rest of the squad is stacked top to bottom, and there's a reason both these teams won Masters last year because of that. They're so talented individually that you never know what's going to happen on that stage between them. And yeah, I mean, for me, I expect Jing to go crazy.
我看他们不是都已经做好了吗？为什么还没开始？
不知道。这一定这
Enjoy your meals with my dance, okay?
现在不是这个问题。
没关系。
排外。我会跑，我有飞，只要可以逃离这4飞之地。
火炮可以到。
到了。哦，我没大补。不要怎么拉起来。
map and try to assess what the best
他们刚刚不是都设定了吗？
for their odds to qualify, but it's always that question mark of when you're coming.
讲太久了吧？
Showing these things, bringing out for the first time, it feels like there's never really too much of an in between. It's either brilliant or it's awful.
Right, and so it's tough to imagine that Munchkin isn't going to be well prepared because he is always so good against this team. But I don't know.
Yeah, he has had their number, but it looks like we are ready to get things started. We found the button. We're pressing the button. The game can now begin. This is for all of the marbles. A spot in the lower final versus Global Esports tomorrow in a best-of-5. The final slot at Masters London to represent the region, to represent their home countries. Paper Rex and T1 are going to be vying for that fighting tooth and nail. Only one can go forward and join in alongside Full Sense and Global Esports. Who is it going to be? It is time to find out. T1 versus Paper Rex as we dive into Split.
Oh, 开始。
Looking at that board as both of these teams, you would like it to say London. That is hopefully what they can find, but it is going to be a challenge. Neon, the most picked agent, was one of the best in the world on it.
Paper Race 打
Him and
1
Buzz
了
up there at the top of the stats, as much as Durka might not want to hear it, he is very, very good. But Buzz has been a tremendous just individual player with the way that he pilots the Neon. Very smart, he's very steady, doesn't often overextend. Paper Rex looking once again to go for those big fights. Kind of generally what they do.
你能帮我那个吗？就是建功，你遇到小毛，你就是帮我拿他的那个。如果下礼拜你遇到他的话，你就是我有让他叫我把他的腰带给你，然后你再给我。OK。
Goes up from the buy, down into mid, back around. Side up the box, so they're not giving anything away, but now they're going to go face more Buzz. We'll find first Munchkin stacks, and Bell going to be taken down. Buzz gone. That is the spike now on the floor. Paper Rex looking very well slated to collect this pistol.
霓虹不是超烂的吗？为什么还要出霓虹？
对啊，还是还没有那个，就是游戏跟那个
比赛版本吗？我不知道。
有这个传说对决不是会这样吗？还是我记错了？有一个游戏会这样子。
这张也会啊。喂。
Will be able to find one to stop him from being a flawless, but that's about it. One kill, a scrape of damage. T1 unable to find the opening pistol. Paper Rex guarding things off very brilliantly with their patient play.
因为我朋友很讨厌 Paper Race。
那这不赢就没得出国啦。
对啊。
他也在笑我。
When they play a little bit safer, when they look for those moments to strike, that I think they're typically at their best. And believe it or not, folks, Paper Rex has been at their best on the defender side of most maps so far this stage. I think all maps.
越南打，害我有点想吃越南小
It's
吃。
cool to see this team evolve, find that new dimension, that new ability. Because we know what they can get done on the attack side, but if they have a good defense side too, again, should be unstoppable.
哎，这个跑步速度，他们那个比赛版本应该还没削弱。
对啊，都跑很快呢。难怪他还会出。
喂！
这么强哦
！Absolutely demolishes them. Quick kills looking for that. Won't be able to find it. Something will take it away, but it's a 4-0 start. 2-0 start for Paper Rex.
Well, this is really good signs of life. With Paper Rex, sometimes this team can struggle on pistols. Sometimes they can struggle on anti-ecos. They can make them a little bit closer than you would like if you're a fan of the team. This is none of that. This is pretty well handled, only losing one player in the long run. Being there, Stacks was mega weak. He was at like 10 HP.
这一定还没有改啊！这个喷子这样子没有扩散那么大。
From the spread of the judge. Now you got to worry about that as well as T1, and they're going to try to push in towards Garage.
Stack of the bankroll here for Paper Rex. It's only Forsaken. That Vandal here. Anybody else? Bunch of money that could have invested into this one. I mean, Indian something. I'm looking at them. Opted to stick with that Sheriff and the Marshal. Meanwhile, Jing.
哦，一堆技能。
Quiet, looking for a target, but he's just way too far away. Buzzing will find Izu getting himself on the board, and it's going to be a 3K now for Buzz. It's T1. Easy anti-eco. That being said, though, something wants to be a thorn on their side.
要宝枪啊！这是假的啦，宝枪下一把出狙啊！打这么稳。
没办法，4个人呢。
Is he just he's already going for exits? It's like he's gonna wrap all the way.
他们都保了，下一把起狙了。
They're just gonna exit through alley, so no one's gonna be crossing paths here. So it seems like it's going to carry over.
I mean, could be worse. You know, gun.
I guess get the drop for Forsaken, who has walked down, and then you have plenty of money for an operator. But I feel like you could have gone for damage on this one. Either way, it's going to be T1 getting on the board, not allowing for the bonus conversion to come through. And it only costs them one player and some armor.
Yeah, the util there for T1, able to keep Paper Rex from getting that judge into place.
对啊，上面是写那个吗？
Fast lane forward. Even though you're throwing a bunch of util in there, oh, great haunt catches a bunch of players. And the paranoia, I believe, from that was a bunch of paranoia or what, but regardless, catches on a Jinx, so he can't really spring into action either. So try to wait it out, and by the time the near sight is gone, it's under the gun sights at range. Here's that up, yeah.
Has it at the ready. Munchkin able to get out.
完了。
He's up and over the top, and something barely escaping. Down to a sliver of HP as they're looking to try to push him out, but he is still
有人进来了。
in the corner. No further entry to
哎，
down.
好惨。
Izu was diving forward into backside. He's still going to be
我打外界。
He's coming away with two. Munchkin and Meteor both going to be taken down.
Oi.
However,
Oi.
it's the transfer.
这个是怎样？
Find something in
Oi.
Showstopper's out. Envy's
这个
dead.
是怎样？
哦。
Chaos in the round, but look at where the spike is.
2打2
Dropping the top ramp. Buzz
Nice.
needs to try to find this kill, and he cannot. Now it is down to Izu.
但我觉得Izu有机会要 ace 了。
Shot to get
可是他没有包，没有啊，他没有包标皮。
side to swing in and Jing. Fight wins
Rinse
it.
teeth.
Parex still on the lead 3-1.
Oh, for a second, it looked like it might be Izu coming up with the first
Forsaken 脸臭。
massive play of the match. But he just comes up short. It's just not quite enough to vie on the backside here. Oh, gets a double through the smoke. What a timing, but Izu, this is disgusting.
Oh,
Vi's
Spring Transfer.
what? Look at something. Trying to get down from Evan. He's paranoid. But what a play there, the TP up on top of something. It's an anti-operator setup.
哦，抓到了明铁，明铁死了。哎，好像没看到嘞。
他没有传哦。
完蛋了，
A lot of
没
it.
了。
It could be weird to scale. He might not be in the line of sight, but it won't even matter. Right as he tries to go for a move. Meteor is able to find him. It's a headshot, collects the operator.
抓到了，又抓到一
He's
个。
likely to be backstabbed here. Just a smidge more.
不要再开这个白痴赌场了，真的。
Shift forward, but
我摸进去了啊，靠背。
trying to make the play versus the rest of this T1 stack that is just now arriving in main.
Doesn't want to use his util just yet. Now he's going to hear.
It's being made.
完了，一直都没捞到。
Tiny bit of income at Izu into 85. The plant now to come through. Player advantage established for T1. This would be a massive round win if they could find it. Munchkin is still all the way out in Narnia. Over. Smoke, meanwhile, Meteor dialed in on the angle, finds Forsaken and screens. Headshot to connect, pushes past the flash, regains his vision, but now stays slotted in alongside the wall. Gets the leg shot on the divide, finishes him with that Sheriff. Meteor gets himself a third, and Buzz slides for Bucky in hand as T1 continuing to rack up these thrifty wins.
What a nifty little timing from Meteor. Your Masters Bangkok MVP just gets past the sight lines of something using that toxic screen so he doesn't get identified by the flash either, and it completely bamboozled him. Has no idea that he had gotten tucked into that corner, and then we know how good Meteor can be with snipers. To be the master of the marshal. Give him an op and he's just as good. Now it's going to be Izu, also a very talented sniper.
How about Thrifty for Thrifty?
That would be about right for these two teams.
It's about right for the region. Triple stack. Wanting to try to take down Meteor. He reads this pressure. Meanwhile, Izu, eventually able to find that kill on Forsaken. It just pushed out of that smoke. Ends up getting caught. Envy dinks through the corner of the wall. Slips past it, though, but Meteor will be able to get the readjustment, finding that kill, but something comes away with two. Buzz and Munchkin both taken down by his Sheriff. Tail wins across. Grab up a weapon, I do believe. Stax is slotted forward in mid. Gets the surprise catch.
One enemy remaining.
Swing out to his demise. Jing dead to Izu. Finds himself a second and now is on Devi. As a Guardian, but not quite going to find the catch, but he also might have a timing.
Bring them down.
Now let's check around ramp. They do not have any idea of his position. Going to be cycled over to Izu. Eyes now on the rope. Devi should be dead. Max will have it, and T1 will tie it up at 3-3.
I wouldn't be too surprised to maybe see early timeout from Alex. Don't want to let this defender's side get too out of control. Absolutely want to try to stop some of this bleeding. See if we can see what happened with Forsaken. Just went on a wall. That's a nice little flick, actually. Oh. A little bit of help from Jing, but a little too greedy there. In towards mid to try to grab those guns. Uh-oh. It's always team.
Yeah. We've been pretty good about it. Look, this is one of the things. You go on a road show, different country, different infrastructure. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. And I'd say so far, it's been damn good.
Yeah. No, I mean, first match was clean. I mean, no issues at all. So, you know, eventually something's bound to happen. There's always a little piece of tech that maybe gets unplugged accidentally, or who knows what happened, but it didn't take too long. We hope. And tons of fans for both teams. I mean, it is crazy loud. There is no clear favorite in this audience. There's a lot of Paper X fans. There's a lot of T1 fans.
Yeah.
Southeast Asian fans are split in their decision. And it was, in fact, a real timeout as well.
Yeah, minor little hiccup, tech pause into the timeout call from Paper X. Alex has been very proactive and very willing to use these early. We'll have these next 20 seconds to try to shift it. Yep, doesn't matter where we go in the world, TMV. You still got to oil up.
True that.
Fans are always going to let you know.
Those fans know ball. I like that.
There's a really easy way to silence them.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Could just, yeah.
You could have oiled up in Vietnam. You had the opportunity to come here, but you didn't renew your passport.
He's an absolute jobber, man. Can't believe him sometimes.
Well, getting ready to go back into this one. Was looking dialed in, but my big thing is if Meteor's going to keep making plays like we saw from him in that Thrifty, that's the Meteor that lifted a second trophy. That's the one that got that MVP award. If he's going to show up now when it matters the most for T1, good luck.
That's what MVP caliber players should be doing. The Meteor's been slow. Jing, trouble.
Looking for the season 8, but Munchkin's going to be taken down. Levi is just able to find that kill, but a quick kick back. Izu will get Jing and Buzz. He's already inserted so deep into the site, he just re-swings out of elbow, finds Levi all on his lonesome. So already it's a player advantage the sides of T1, and they are going to be investing the pit. I thought maybe they give it a consideration. Yeah, they want to win as many rounds as they possibly can from this half.
Especially on a rifle round, I really like this. You connect the paranoia there.
Meteor just able to backpedal away. There's nothing scaling alongside the Trailblazer, so he gets spotted and then right back into the pit.
Poison's off.
Izu turned to the side, but is still able to find Forsaken before something can trade him back. Buzz down to 17 HP. Will get found. Something collects the kill, but it's pushed in, and Meteor is right there, ready and waiting. T1 with a very solid shutdown. Break the economy of Paper X once again as they now gain the lead.
T1 has found a weakness here in Paper X's defender side, and that's A main. They are just putting a lot of pressure there early. This time, it's a deeper season 8 than we've seen so far. The back players off the line to give them some open space to scale forward. Sure, Divide can try to slow it down all he wants, but if you don't have that extra player up on Heaven to cover you, then you're left in that spot as Divide where you just have to try to guess left or right and find the right timing and pray, but that is a not high percentage position to be in. Taken, get caught by the C's, but no follow up there other than to just back him off. Use the TP to escape. Make some kind of mid-execute here, but can cover going on. The smoke first. It's better the paranoia. Does end up committing it.
Guiding Light didn't really make it too far. No. On the side of the wall, and oh my god, Jing. He has 1 HP. There is some heals. Envy, go ahead and push him back up the floor. I was going to say, if you don't have that, then suddenly that showstopper becomes an impossibility for you in the round, but something with a great peak. Great timing, catches Izu completely unawares.
You can see how quick Paper X is to try to control that space, but T1 this time found their moment.
The damage suffered. Buzz going to be caught by the paranoia. It's just sprinting forward. It's going to be Forsaken. Dead as Meteor cleans up the kill. Floating spike in hands. T1 still not feeling comfortable enough to go for the plane quite yet. They want to get the smoke cycle forward. Meanwhile, Divide walk up into the poison orb. He's looking for the timing to pick off Munchkin. He interrupts the plant, but he cannot shut down the enemy IGL.
差2。哦，看到了，没看到吗？这有看到吧？ 干脚开大了。
quick little zaps through. Envy will fall. And that's going to be T1
没
moving
事
up
，3 比
5-3.
5，差2分而已，
switches here
小问题
for。T1 are absolutely working a treat. Paper X getting a little bit too tunneled in, and yes, it's an eco, but T1 is teeing up Meteor nicely here. Able to use some of their sound cues and other things. Something does find one with the Blade Storm. Meteor there, waits for the contact, swings out of the smoke. Waits for the noise from Buzz there on the other side of Pillar before he swings. Just really well drilled right now, RT1. Rex with a bunch of ults. This round's so important.
Oh!
Can't get it. Buzz still gets the better of Forsaken.
Better of him in the barrel. Really get damage. Envy.
为什么他知道？
Down one. No stop right from East to find
Hey.
Envy, but Jing trades it back quickly here on the raise, but that's settling. One
Hey.
swing out, and okay, what a way and a time to come alive.
好啊，打败你用这个破造型啊
Why are you going?
Why are you going?
I'm trying to give you praise, Munchkin! And you TP into Alley?
好像看到了，哎，
He was just feeling it, you know? Sometimes you're just feeling it.
And he is, but it's something feeling it. Oh, just missed
Wow.
that moment and it stacks.
哦，又掉狙
Dead to rights.
啊！
又掉去。
T1 now started to stretch the lead, and this starts becoming a bit more concerning for Paper Rex.
看 Forsaken，看他们今天状况都不太好哎。
Forsaken dodges the Boombot here, but he can't connect any of the shots. Buzz, just because of the Neon, able to get past. Jing doing what he can. The showstopper.
对啊，巨只把队友炸死了，靠呗。
Gets caught trying to cross back.
真的吗？
Refill where Forsaken had been. It's going to be another timeout.
哇，直接两个
There it is.
两个那个暂停都没了。
We're talking about it ad nauseum, but that's talking about it as well. This defender side has been very good for Paper Rex. Granted, yes, both teams running compositions that should be stronger on the attacker side. But compared to those first couple rounds, Paper Rex have not really been looking like themselves quite yet.
It's because T1 is doing such a nice job of taking early control of a main, finding that first pick or finding this extra space and using some of their util. They don't find that pick to create the space, things like that are making it really difficult for Paper Rex, who Pilsky was talking about this on the desk, how much they rely on that early control of A main and B main to really set the tempo on this defender side of this map. And T1 has completely disrupted that. They have completely dislodged that. They want to send Paper X packing down the river. Something's having a pretty good start, 10 and 6, but the players behind him Forsaken again, 1 and 7. Rough go of it.
Rough day for both of them so far.
True.
我朋友跟我说有黑洞，一直减4700。
So far as Paper X.
啊，
Rifty here.
哎，
这
可以55。
Would have been the one tap. Reactions from him. Meanwhile, T1 scaling forward off of Meteor's wall here at A, but Rex might want to try to scale this one. Tucking the ball. This is shooting gallery. Meteor in their sights. Much able to find one. This is good amount of damage. Buzz eats that flash. Has the backpedal and sliding down. Shorty in ahead. Is cuts Jing at the knees.
怎么会滑？
Something now swinging around trying to join in. Stacks watching for needs to win this fight, but also Divide is getting closer. The approach from Sewers is coming through, and for the moment, it is completely
哦，有人来捡枪了。
red. Stacks, however,
被发现
turns back with perfect timing. It's that kill, and now it is something to try to work a miracle. There's no economic damage to be found. T1, so much money to work with. That is a clean shot. A weapon now to be recovered. Middle in hand.
有机会。
Back here in the open, something collecting it, and it's not planted for Heaven. Isu sends out the paint shell quick, rewrap. Looking for something. Expecting the angle out of Heaven is not ready for Isu. A blast packed over to main. He gets caught, and it's such a damn good effort from something, but T1 still persevere.
It's just so close, and I like the idea here from Paper X. They're a little bit patient. They wait for that toxic screen. They spring into action. They've got Jing with the Bulldog who's able to find a couple. But
打不个冲小啊，这把切掉是怎样？
backside, able to shut down Divide. I mean, would think 9 times out of 10, Vi's gonna get through there and get that kill. And
哇，佛这个状态不好
182是，难怪他刚脸那么臭。
Invi all on his own.
看这张图，他可以研发 iPhone 17。
哎，
Okay, Invi.
关掉。
Finds two. Isu's down to 10 HP.
他们今天还蛮会灌的，说实话。
This looks looking very damn good for Paper Rex. Something does he want to try to push out of this one? No, the tailwind will expire, so he will backpedal it. Critical advantages here for Paper Rex, who really need to get the round win over the line.
怎么有黑洞啊？
Left the space, use that cloud burst, and still gonna find stacks.
Down A.
Come on, Prius. Pocket it.
Enemy remaining.
Unable to find the flick. Forsaken will just go ahead and finish the HP Izu off. As Meteor now. More to be done. Damage would be good for T1, but you also do have Jing away from a showstopper. The Knives nearly there for something. There is some risk to this.
Need to hold here. It's Paper Rex.
Toxins going up.
Exploring a little bit.
30 seconds left.
Meteor wise to this. Might have even heard some of those players up there. Huge kill.
Kill on the Jing. The show has to capitalize. They will get him surrounded, corralled in, and Devi.
哎，7575，还有得打。
Win for Paper Rex. Still an opportunity to rescue this half if they can have a strong attacker side.
Yes, this next round is pretty pivotal. I think if Paper Rex can win it, there's still very much a shout for them. Invi had these moments up on A Heaven.
这边是完全不把他们当人看，直接这样过来是三小。
2 for nothing. Now you've got that showstopper, so yeah. Jing dies, that's A-okay. You can still buy. Full up for Paper Rex. One away from Stax' ult. Buzz just going.
He's sprinting in, finding the site completely empty.
Oh, Izu.
我不贪呢。
Over to ramp.
Spike planted.
Meteor does get Devi as well there in mid. Trying to create that flank opportunity. Nightfall out. Seeker's going to be let loose. Push around the corner. Spray and Spray going to be coming through, but it's going to be Buzz holding his own. A showstopper now. Trying to be lobbed in. Finds Munchkin. Forsaken. Cleans up a kill on the Buzz. 2v3 with Meteor. Still trying to get on the approach, and he's low on HP. And Forsaken will be able to find a timing. We'll get it back now into a 2v2.
等一下，喂，
With this swing.
哦，知道位置了，好烟，差一半，
Nice. Forsaken will get himself a 3K, get himself on his feet. Get Paper Rex a 5th round win.
投到几个侧，然后手感来了。
Forsaken and Jing are able to claw around back when it looked like they might be done. I like the way that Jing creates a ton of attention down at screens to allow Forsaken to quietly swing back up towards heaven and get that freebie, and they get back to work together. And Jing, you know when he's got those flashbacks to work with, how ridiculous he can be, how phenomenal he is at just getting in there, getting in your face, and getting a kill. That's what he's able to do to get back towards sight. But it didn't look comfortable for Paper Rex, but maybe able to find their form there just at the end. I mean, for T1, it was just, it felt like to me like part of the plan here was just disrespect the early setups of Paper Rex. Just go for them, just go for the fights, and don't be afraid of them. You know, just get in there, let Buzz do his thing. He'll take a little bit of space. They're not going to be able to stop him. Yes, of course. The Jing fans, the number one Jing fan, is ever present.
Still got to be feeling that pressure. I mean, you end up making it up to 5. It's a decent rescue of the half for Paper Rex, but they had won the opening pistol round. A bit more in context. Still with an opportunity to take this map for themselves. If they can find this second pistol win, take off their own attacker side.
Yeah, if they get this win on the pistol, then you're feeling real comfortable that there is hope. Paper Rex was just a little bit off. It won't matter in the long run. Invi, 5 Forsaken, all at just 5 kills. So they start picking it up. Out. Back in. Thought about showing
兄
some
弟
presence
瓦
towards
啊
mid. That feels to me like the last time we saw the Pistols from them on this map on the attacker side was in mid. So this is them trying to bait some attention away from other parts of the map. It just isn't going to take too long to kind of get there because T1's already kind of got the read.
He's putting out a couple shots. He's going to come through. Paranoia going to be sent his way.
我感他这样还开得出2枪，超级炸混战，3换3，还
太乱了，太乱了。
into a 2v2. Munchkin just with the classic buzz with a ghost versus the double sheriffs.
完了，有意识到吗？
Find a timing to divide. Eyes staring at all this position. But Buzz a little bit faster on the draw. The relay bolt as well. Should be connecting it. It has. It's Buzz. Has them outdone. 2 kills for him into the defuse. T1 will tie it up 1-1 on pistols.
看 Buzz 打鸡血是不是？怎么今天玩的这么好？
Buzz has had some great moments on this map. That's another one. Back to the first half, he was able to kind of stall out that eco push. Paper X had Jig with the Bulldog doing some damage. Sprung into action. Gonna do that again. Love that from Izu there to just immediately challenge the space right behind the Paper X players. Buzz, yeah, so close, but Buzz just outplays him, outduels Divide. That opens up the space for him to get that relay bolt. Forsaken with Justin Sheriff has to just hit a 1-tap or he's dead.
Man of Rim, be Sheriff for Divide, and the firepower they're really going to have going into this. But what's in 4-5, well, that was 4 players. East side of the map, Munchkin tapping away. He'll trying to hit, run down. Somebody's to find that kill. Buzz with a judge. Out of the smoke. And give it a Guardian as well as a judge. Over to Paper Rex, and they will take those every day. Damage found.
再拿一口，
Divide will get caught.
又是好汉一条啊！
2v3 and the heels go through. Something in
哦，轨道。
So much weaponry to work with now.
是被听到吗？
不会不会不会，
The timing is going to
就
hear
静音跳啊。
Got a check.
哦。
T1. Paper Rex pull off this thrifty. No,
Oh.
the pistol lost. Then one of the red stacks on the riser. He gets caught. Something from up and over the top. Not going to be able to find that final kill. Envy will take it for himself. And it's a thrifty for Paper Rex.
They just catch Munchkin on the timing. He's going to set up his smokes when they turn the jets on and get in his face. Watch this from something. You can see right there. Smoke was coming out from Munchkin. And they're able to find another behind it, and it's just a timing issue. I mean, so much of this match, it feels like at times, it's just who's kind of got the read on the defensive setup and who's got the better execute to clear space on whatever point of the map. And that's massive for Paper Rex.
干 something 现在已经是人夫嘞
They're no strangers to thrifties.
And we slip
对
back into that
，something 啊，他们结婚啦。
from Paper Rex.
哦，对。
Freeze where it was just that back and forth. Munchkin.
我靠
Smokey is going to be able to find Jig with that
完
Munchkin
蛋
buzz.
了
Finding something.
完了，
And
更
it
大
might
吧。
just be
为什么
happening.
不等狗啊？
As immediately, game plan has to be abandoned by Paper Rex.
Lost all
只
your
是
entry.
Munchkin 也蛮搞，只是他队友来找了。
T1 gambling on that beat, entrance, just sensing that Paper Rex was going to try to double down on that. This is just classic T1 this year. Drop a thrifty, and then they're right back and winning one of their own. Okay, Envy takes down Meteor.
Let's find him on the lurk. Before the weaponry as well as the health of Munchkin. Very possible for Paper Rex. Stacks catches Forsaken. Trying to do Forsaken things.
Just about
干
to
Forsaken
say,
今天的
feeling
TP
like
都有点
A is
中
the
风
weak
哎
side. Clearing out Meteor there.
30 seconds left.
Forsaken just throws his brain away and goes for something.
This is what he does.
Yeah.
Flash. Good to have the confirmation here. Much that Munchkin can do to prevent the plan, so will be
10
allowed.
seconds left.
Mine and we now have to try to get into the entrenched position of this post plan.
干，你知道为什么要站这边呢？这边全部都要看耶。
Shells, blast packs, all still available for T1. There's the paranoia through, the relay bolt connecting. Envy's able to still find one, but Izu quickly takes him down. Now it is just on Divide. And he deliver A 1v3 clutch. Munchkin starting to defuse, holding it already past half. The peek in and Izu.
在玩什么
Hits
啊
the headshot, and yep, we're just going to be trading places back and forth as T1. They hit back.
Yeah, and this is just one of those moments where an IGL gets a read, gets a feel for some of the stuff he's seen in the tape. Felt like Paper Rex's tendency would be to double down on what worked in the previous round. There just isn't enough here at the end, but Bucky's right where they need to be, using those smokes to find their moments to step in, take lives. Yeah. Yeah. We don't get to hear him this time, but
Yeah.
we know what he said.
The audio's working, we just had to bleep it. Doesn't save the broadcast, but now something backside off. Here, going forward in mid.
哇，这里
And there's that contact fight, something on the swing.
幸好
Will
哇
be able to
有
take
传
him
到。
down. Damage going to be found on a Forsaken, but again, Sky is there, so Indy patches him up.
Yeah, those bait switches, really nice from
完蛋了。
This is turned to employ a little bit of that.
完了，怎么有两只在这里？
So much space here.
Forsaken, catching Munchkin.
好，
Something.
玩他一定还想不到，就是。哎，
It's looking
啊
like
这
the up down might just
啊，这
continue
是
here.
这样，
As it
这
was,
是
like nothing else behind this jet.
这是
赶他猜错了啦，他队友全部都在 B。
This is a moment when you feel like, okay, I've slipped the net. I'm going to be able to
do
intercept it. I'm
错。
going to go to the A side. Something has opened it up. He's calling that it's open. I think,
哦，又绕回来。
now, Paper Rex, they're going to be.
哎，撞到。
Now,
He finally pieced it together.
他一定没想到，他一直说那边怎么有人？
那他就看他怎么后面都没人，完了。
超好笑。
For a mad round.
That's total rounds. Dropping.
好，应该被听到了。
Into a phantom, but-
哎
Oh, does not connect. Izu drops down in the sewer.
跳下去了。
Take its position. They will have this calmed over. So yes, they are going to be hunting him down. Swing in and
好，
Izu
可
get
以
quickly
抓掉，没枪，他
overwhelmed
们没
and
枪
dealt。with. Jing will take the kill. Paper Rex take the round in flawless fashion.
哇，他每次没打完一把就摸一下后脑。
Trailing behind. Two more.
对啊，他这是他习惯动作吧？我看每次都
What
在
I love
摸。
about Paper Rex is that they're willing
啊
to
你学一下，下次我打完一般我会这样。就这个要笔记。
Oh.
Their star player who's really the hottest on the map right now can
他就直接放他过去，到底是生小
put it into great use. I
可能没办法
worried
那
he
个
was
吧，
gonna
被
be
他直接
ready.
带走了
He。kind of wasn't for the second layer of that push up towards A main, but still got stacks and kind of good enough.
这什么？
这是那个啊上一把那个结束的那个啊。
Not so sure about that.
Yeah.
哦，我想
Not
这
yet.
什么东西？
We're not there yet.
Tower. I'm
Barrett's calm
spoiling
down.
the script.
导播刚刚也很疑
Now,
惑，
obviously,
为什么他妈现在才跳出来？
The players don't.
I
And
know.
if it happens,
我还以为要什么技术暂停。
Who knew? All destiny.
it's all predetermined. So,
Yeah.
guys, it's like wrestling. BCT isn't real.
Free will is a jib.
About that one, but Showstopper out. She's going to be lobbed
Oh,
into
he got the
oblivion.
mix out.
Nothing found for Izu. Not even a lick of damage.
Not the right read. Players in place. Smokes are nice. Doing a good job obfuscating this.
哇，
Here of those seekers. Izu on the
你
reach.
打到重边。
Getting over Jing, up and over the top, planting
Oh,
his feet.
wow,
Reveal
that's
Cutter
the,
with that bandit in hand. Izu going to be taken down though. Zinni finds that kill. Forsaken cleans up one on the stacks. Quick fire.
Oh,
Stinger,
hva sa han?
swing in the backside. An easy cleanup for Envy. There's a buzz now. He spammed down to
这
five.
跑啊，
Come
猴
away with
子
the！ kill, and yep, spoiler free it would seem. No thrifty to be found. Paper Rex 1 round away from tying things up.
Either lucky or very ready for where that showstopper was going to come from. He completely dodge it. Look here, it's Meteor. He's looking for Jing. He's like, I know you're above me somewhere. He's got him lined up there. By stepping into that passage. For a moment there, Buzz might be able to create the space. And that was a pretty nice little round. This time it's T1's turn for a timeout. They're first. Another one behind this. How they want to deal with things, because Paper X has been showing you a lot of different looks. They're trying different parts of the map. They're showing different rolling around strategies. Where sometimes it's bait and switch for something. Sometimes it's just a slow creep up forward. An explosive quick hit. We've seen just about everything. So, just want to talk about the protocols a little bit, or
还在摸头，还在摸头。
that extra early space, but Paper X has been pretty clean in some of those contact.
魔网会比较强，后面有藏东西啊。
Pretty good ideas. High cortisol team, Paper X. Yeah, that is true.
Timeout expiring. One back into the fold, trying to see if they can maintain this lead, or Paper X will be able to catch them here. So we're going to be bringing that operator online. Good. Posted up outside of Garage and B site, but Rex very much more interested in the A side.
No.
Good timing on the relay bolt. Nice blast pack as well with the paranoia to be able to catch.
Gotta love that from Buzz. Knows exactly what that early blast pack means. Knows exactly where the landing spot is. This has opened up some space in mid, and Paper X has not stopped. They've just held W the whole time.
哦，嘿。
Maybe not ready for forward scaling here. Oh, stacks on Envy, but then for taking swings in, they've just given up that mid space. No contention there whatsoever, and clearly.
哦，还有一个，还有人在摸，有人在摸，摸到了，听到，那甲看一下，摸到了，应该继续跟着他。
And there goes the lead for T1. Rex looking to tie this 9-9. Munchkin grab a Phantom, swapping the weaponry over, but can they actually refight to gain the off?
倒枪了。
This is going to be no.
完了，等下没了。
Try to take a crack at it.
等下架这么久，他都没发现。哎。
Crowd might be helping to buy a little bit.
哦，堵到啊完哎干，我觉得他们现场听得到声音哎。
我也觉得应该听得到。
怎么叫一下叫一下，然后就都这两个都不看。
They actually want to bring two ops into the next round. No. Will be swapped back for the Phantom.
这是黑糖馒头。
好像是有次也是打败吧，那个有人要抠他那个屁股，结果观众在叫，他就转头了。
I'm just along for the ride.
我觉得这把狙。
Crunch the whole way, and T1 just got no presence in mid, so Paper X just walked through. I don't know what to tell you about that round. Sometimes you just don't check every corner, and there they are. It's round over. This time Paper X, wise and annoyed, the shotgun shenanigans.
哎，抢到头了，可是这样没有死，太夸张了吧？
没办法，这就是幻象。
灵性右边。
So much of this round is just going to come down to can Paper X remember?
Oh, Meteor back off the angle. Next back over.
哎，满满的 timing。
Forward at ramp. Haven't seen yet. Prowler, a quick clear. Keeping the operator disguised for now.
硬吃。
Trying to stay on this line. How do you do? How is this happening? Meteor rescales the ramp, never clears him. Envy is just dancing on him. Look for that third, a little bit of a run and gun. The slide ain't gonna be denied. Envy swaps to the short, gets himself a forward.
干他太急了。
Stacks will be able to cut him down.
他不急就 S。 哦，被听到了，被听到了，被听到了，拜拜。
Next, maybe reading that this is going to be a B plant, but no, Paper X they once again shifted over to A.
左边，左边，
左边啊！ Parting ways with Stacks.
他们就这样错过。
Stacks just wants to hold on to the Phantom.
有些人一旦错过就不在。
Yeah, missed the free kill on the Divide. Stay tucked back. Paper X are going to be gaining the lead off of this round here.
I think
10-9.
Big thing for me here with Paper Rex is that they did remember some of the hard lessons they had to learn early in this half of how T1 was going to approach these ecos with those shotguns. And they were much more patient. That Boombot in particular was big, and you know, even though the Boombot blows up, they don't try to scale off of it. You know, Buzz is trying to trick them into thinking that, oh, I'm weak, I'm totally weak, guys. Just, I'm an easy kill for sure, and they just go the other way.
哇，这个做的不错哎，这个爆炸做的不错哎。
And that apparently just convinces
这件好像
T1
看
that
到
they're
了。
lemmings and they
啊？
gotta go over there and just
有的不是
find
现
out
场
what's
看不
going
到
on.
的。
Why did you just jump off
不
the
知道。
cliff, Meteor?
我也
What's
好
going
想
on
去现
down
场
there?
看，看越南都可以办那个，为什么台湾不行啊？
台湾应该政治关系吧？
Cut over perhaps, and then Envy. That's just been on the other side of it. That's the only thing that makes sense. So either way, it is a massive play for Envy.
No, fuck.
The ace that he would have liked to have had, but it's really been jumping up the scoreboard. Running it tucked in over there at ramp. Spam will just force the exit of Paper X for now.
It got a little dicey there for a second. That smoke meant that the other Paper X players couldn't cover something.
感觉 Omega 小组第一跟 Alpha 小组第一全部都在败者组拿最后一张门票。
Face up here. Yeah.
赢了。
He's just on the angle. He's going to be favored for that one. 10 times out of 10.
再一个。
为什么他敢这样探出来啊？
The same fate. You cannot.
因为他觉得他还是以前的 Meteor。
This guy with an operator. You have utility.
他已经
You
不如
have
从
to
前。
use it if you want to shut him down. Something continuing to go crazy will be spotted. The Buzz will be able to find this time. But it doesn't last very long. Picked apart by Forsaken. TP around
哦，
the back
听
of
到了，
Munchkin.
赢了，架住。
Jing holds here at Garage. Munchkin cannot find the reset, cannot find the clutch, and Paper Rex find themselves 2 rounds away from closing out their map.
Yeah. What else needs to be said there? You challenge this off, and Izu at least kind of just trying to check mid again, and something had found the perfect.
哎，他到底怎么敢这样拉？到底是三小？
哇，认真是什么感觉？很不合理哎。
Probably regret.
T1, you were eliminated.
我其实看 Burst 有点不爽。
From Master Santiago.
我觉得他长得有点欠扁。
Back and watch the games. You should have seen Paper Rex play against AG.
就是看了有点让人不爽，他也没干嘛，他就是看了让人不爽。
You cannot try to disrespect the operator of something like that.
No. Never. Even on his worst days, you don't want to be doing that. You know, yeah, sure, eventually Buzz just holds the angle and waits for him to swing, but it is problematic. And second time out for T1 has to be used. Need to get 2 in a row just to tie it. I don't know at this point. Alex is laughing, man. You're in trouble. If he's laughing, you're in trouble. They just have found their groove. They found their timings. Starting to work the map a little bit. Not overcommitting to much early, but let's see here. Now you've got a 2-round lead. This could be one of those rounds where you come out of the timeout with a set execute. Say, all right, let's run XYZ. Let's just see if we can catch him sleeping a little bit. Doesn't look like it though. Some light still on the ground. Something no more operator. We'll go back to a rifle. Plenty of money for it, so the Showstoppers and Seekers maybe want to try something a little bit different.
Change up here in the position, but also maybe anticipating what is going to be in play. We're going to try to work around it. Walk across himself over on that male side. It's just Stacks alone here. Try to watch ramp. Here's all this movement. Here's the entry coming through. Really nothing about it here for the moment. Has to wait for the rest of the team to rotate into position.
Right.
Contact there. Yep, Jing maybe.
Izu's just now working his way over. Showstopper.
哦，看。
Jing looking for a target, but Meteor already been taken down as the bypass.
Woohoo!
Locks it in to Stacks' demise.
有人大绝没开出来啊 ！GG。
Playing forward at screens. Gets himself a kill, and it's just Izu. 2 very nice tackles to the eye. Hold steady. Staring into heaven. Hits Paper Rex up to map point.
Love the play here from Paper Rex. Waiting for that Prowler as the goal signal. You know, you've given up that space on top of Heaven intentionally. This is a beautifully set up round to tee up the showstopper. Meteor's on an island in front of Heaven trying to just fight his way out of there somehow, some way, but he gets screwed by the Seekers, and what a little angle that Jing finds right above the box into the door. But this is so well drawn up from Paper Rex. They use that timeout against T1 perfectly.
Now they have up to their own. They also have Buzz, Glass Cannon, everybody else. 25 armor.
好像都没有自己的号，就没玩。
Cleared in here for T1.
你说网吗？
Three rounds in a row to try to push this into
为什么没有自己
overtime.
的号？你卖掉了？
我卖掉很久了。
真的哦？
Yeah. Nah.
Pushes forward into that poison orb, but Jing will have spotted him out. Yep, they just turn around, they just counter spam through. Somebody finds the kill. Stacks into the hole is over for one, but it's a decent amount of damage. Second shot, and Indy will fall. The 14 the smoke does something, able to intercept Buzz.
我觉得他们防守出了很大的问
Denying
题
the。overdrive, finding additional value. Forsaken will be able to take down Stacks. Punch is dead. The map is over. Paper Rex open things up with a 13-9 win on their biggest split. They're now one map away from qualifying to Masters London.
That's just a stellar attacker side for Paper Rex. So many things
真的
they
长得
do
很
well.
帅。
Get something the opposite.
他都差在有点矮。
T1 has to call a couple
跟他女朋友一样高，
Go
但
back
我
to
感
the
觉他
right
女朋友其实比较高一点。
Really nice plays there.
他女朋友好像比较高啊。
Drawn up.
他女朋友不是有170吗？
真的啊，我不知道哎，我知道感觉他们
我都看起来很高。你看佛斯克好像是全队最矮的。你看俊都还驼背了，还可以比他高。然后 Envy 这么肥，看起来也比他高。
怎么这样子讲？
真的没有啊，没办法，我不因为 Envy 是菲律宾人啊。 有点偏见。
From that defender side, they're going to be picking themselves up in after how the rest of that map had gone out after such a stellar start to it. But now let's go ahead and just send it down and hear from the coaching staff.
Vâng ạ, xin được kính chào các bạn thân mến. Bên cạnh tôi không ai khác đó chính là huấn luyện viên Alex, thuyền trưởng của PaperX. Và hãy cùng nghe chia sẻ của huấn luyện viên Alex về những cái điều gì mà PaperX cần phải duy trì ở tại map thi đấu thứ hai.
Alex 真的听得懂他到底在讲什么啊？
教练是不是听得懂啊？
So what should PaperX maintain? Keep maintaining right now.
We need the same level of energy. We need to make sure that we're going confident. We know that like we are good on the next map. So as long as the boys keep their calm, I think we got this.
Tất cả những gì chúng tôi cần đó chính là sự tự tin. Chúng tôi biết là chúng tôi mạnh ở map thi đấu thứ hai và đó là gì PaperX sẽ thể hiện. Thank you, coach. Thank you. See you in map 2.
Feeling very, very confident after that first map. We mentioned that there were only bangers on Split, and we actually thought it was going to go to overtime, but PaperX managed to put a stopper to T1. That was quite close, though, especially because T1 had that earlier advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great recovery.
一组跟 Boss 确实很猛，但他队友太高了。Munchkin 到底在干嘛？然后 Stakes 也不知道在干嘛，一如既往。然后 Media 就不如以前。
I think T1 started with a good game plan though, and we'll go into some more detail about it. But I actually like their attacking half a lot more than the defender's half. It was this round that really broke their back.
可是说真的，如果
It's not particularly surprising
Munchkin 有以前在卷局的那个实力，还有 Meteor 回到巅峰，应该是随便打。Snakes 本来就是那种可能大赛会，可能某一把会特别强，之后其他都烂烂的。
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence on the side of PaperX, especially when it comes down to the attacking side. And of course, somebody who knows that well is Benkai, who is back here on the desk. How did you feel about that that split?
I don't know why we were kind of expecting like a banger on split, because did we not forget what they just did to KRX the last time on split?
That's true.
I've never seen a team so suffocated in this map, and I feel like the exact same thing happened to T1 today. Like T1 kind of, they obviously did their homework with some of the aggressive like start round utility to kind of counter that aggression from something.
Yeah.
But it was just that attack side from Paper Rex, man, it just suffocates you. Like there's almost nothing that you can do.
It's Paper Rex on attack with that double duelist. They're infamous for this, guys. They know how to play this better than anyone. They were playing double duelist when it wasn't cool. You know, they've been doing this for a long time. So it's no surprise to see them just explode like this in the second half.
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of rounds that got very messy. Like it's going to be Flood versus anti-Flood. You know, you're going to get a lot of these rounds where you get an A-pop or a B-pop or something like that. And when the other team is also playing double duelists, it's all about the timings and those kind of messy mid-round fights that you're going to get sometimes before the spike even goes down.
Yeah, and there's just no other team that understands those timings other than Paper Rex. So what can you really do if you're T1, you know?
Yeah, they're a bit of an anomaly in VCT for sure, but that's what makes them absolutely special. But T1, they were able to deal with some of the aggression that Paper Rex was showing in those earlier rounds.
Yeah, I mean, they had some good ideas. I mean, we wanted to talk about some of the opening parts of some of these rounds on the attacking side for T1. I really like this A main take. They had some very creative ways to deal with the something of aggression in A main. You'll see this A main take was particularly nice, where you have a haunt as well as the movement of the shrouded step from the Omen that makes something's life very difficult. Usually he gets some value there, but he gets pushed away quite nicely. And I also thought they did a really good job of kind of isolating Forsaken over in B main.
Yeah, I think this is a round I want to touch on where not only are they able to go aggressive and fight Paper Rex at their own game, they did a great job of being disciplined when it matters most against the eco. When you know Paper Rex are going to be coming for you, they just sit back, they wait it out. Look, you see aggression in both of the mains here on the side of Paper Rex, and they just sit and wait. Munchkin throws down that snake bite, holds them holds them there in A main, and they get that pick in B main. That's so important when you're playing against Paper Rex.
And I think that something having a good game was a big factor as well for Paper Rex. I mean, sure, sometimes you could just leave him off on his adventures and he's going to get like 3K or something.
Yeah, I'm for sure. I want to ask you about this aggression, Ben. Because you've been there, you've done that, you've been aggressive with Paper Rex. You know, do you think T1 did a good job of beating it there? Or?
On T1's attack side, I would say they dealt with it really well. But when it came over to like to T1's defense side, they were really struggling because now Paper Rex can just move around the map wherever they want to.
Yeah.
And they can control that pace. And last time when I was playing, we only understood fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, this team is so much more evolved and dangerous because they understand like the slow and the fast pace of the game now.
Yeah.
So you can have something just starting the round at like A main, getting a pick, and then he'll suddenly be at B main, picking you off again.
They understand the push and pull so well. They'll create pressure, like they'll start the round with like a fast A ramp take, and then the raise turns into a lurker and they wrap mid or something like that. Maybe they pressure from vents, and then, you know, people get those timings. They have such a good intuitive sense of how and where they're going to be able to get picks and how they can, you know, use pressure to their advantage, whether they're the ones creating the pressure or they're the ones benefiting from it.
Also, guys, we have to talk about the fact T1 are just walking into the op of something. It's it's a red card. It's red card behavior. Guys, please use some utility. They were getting destroyed by that.
Okay, no, you can't blame them because there's almost no way to guess where he is.
I mean, sure, but it kept happening. It's happening again and again.
Wait,
you're walking at them in the main.
Okay, are you going to? That's actually something space. As he's
cheeky jump spot.
He is like, okay, they're on attack side and something is lurking.
Yeah.
On the other side of the map with an op. I mean, do you see that coming logically?
I love that round where Buzz like lets him pass. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get a 3K. He's lurking with an op on Jet, and then it's like 4 players go out B main, and then something wraps back around and kills him. That's a death slam. That's a death slam.
Yeah, absolutely. But Paper Rex gets away with so many of these kind of shenanigans because this is exactly what they do. There's a little bit of randomness in it, but they know exactly when to pull it out. Because too much randomness, of course, is like, that's just nonsense. But the fact that Paper Rex is able to do this with this kind of push and pull, and Ben, as you mentioned, the dynamics that they understand now, that's what makes them so deadly. I like the word that you use, suffocating, indeed, in every single map. Now we are moving over to Ascent, and this is going to be a very interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, Ben, I have to ask you, when you were in Paper Rex, this was a map Paper Rex notoriously were bad at compared to the rest of the map.
Ascent, really?
So offended. He's so offended.
I was there when I invented all of those like A main like satchels, double satchels up to the boost with the Sova scan and everything. That was me.
I was there. I was there, Gandalf.
Yeah, no wonder they were bad.
Okay.
There's some deep GE banter going on
No,
here
but,
from 2023.
We saw this composition come up from them last time, right? We're not expecting them to play this again, right? This was I don't think so.
I feel like they might.
Alex said it himself that this was, they didn't have a lot of time to prepare, right? So Do you not feel like they're going to have something else cooked
I
up
think
there?
the core of the comp's going to stay the same. Again, people are picking this into them. You get to play Sage Vice, you're just laughing all the way to the bank, mate. Seriously, I think they're going to keep the core of the comp pretty much the same. I think they're very comfortable
I
playing it.
definitely see the Sage still being in there because on maps that they don't really have as much practice on, they'll just pull out all of these like wacky Sage walls that I'm sure everyone remembers the one on Sunset, right?
Player comfort.
Yeah.
You've got to have like the right roles for players like Jing, who, you know, they might not be able to flex into some of the agents that are in the meta, so they want to play something a little bit funky, right?
Yeah.
Well, we think we might know what Paper X has in store for Ascent. What does T1 have in store? Maybe we'll find out in this quick interview with KDG of T1.
Vâng ạ, thưa các bạn giả thân mến, bên cạnh tôi là thuyền trưởng của T1, huấn luyện viên KDG. Sẽ cùng nghe những chia sẻ của huấn luyện viên KDG về chuyện gì đã xảy ra khi mà T1 để cho Paper X come back. So, Coach, hi. We would love to know that where do you think is the moment where you guys let Paper X come back?
감독님 1세트는 아쉽게도 승리로 마무리하진 못했는데요. 어느 시점부터 페이퍼렉스에게 흐름이 넘어갔다고 보시나요?
일단은 공격 오퍼를 저희가 대처를 잘 못한 그 라운드부터 사실 스노볼이 굴러갔다라고 생각을 하고요. 네, 그 라운드인 것 같습니다.
I think the moment we couldn't really adapt or deal with the attacker operator, it kind of snowballed from there.
Tất cả mọi thứ nó chỉ nằm gọn trong một vấn đề thôi. Chúng tôi đang không giải quyết được operator khi mà Paper X ở bên phe tấn công và khi bản thân chúng tôi bên phe tấn công nữa, và chúng tôi sẽ cần khắc phục điều đó. 감사합니다. Coach KDG, and wish you the best in the map too.
科尼现在在拍肯特，而肯特在拍那个根蒂，然后肯特看起来超痴汉的，靠背。
Yeah, don't worry. The op on defense start Ascent is probably not an issue. Celtic doesn't like to.
Probably not.
Fine. He won't be walking down cat and shooting you in tiles.
Yeah,
That's definitely not going to happen.
Oh. Yeah, that's fine. We probably shouldn't need to put anything in there. But aside from that, I think that T1 here having, we don't have any information yet of what T1 may run, so it's still a big question mark.
Yeah, I mean, this is a wild card map choice, and especially in a series with so much weight. This is what you're relying on when it matters the most. If you lose this, you don't get to go to London. So yes, they've been keeping these maps a secret, but we have to see a better performance on Split. Otherwise, it's game over.
Exactly why I predicted Paper X. They've repped out these games in officials, whereas now you're playing something for the first time here on the stage in Ho Chi Minh. You haven't played it at all throughout this stage, and you have to perform. And if something goes wrong, or maybe you haven't got the prac that you needed, then that's it. You're not going to London.
Alright, but you're talking about the pioneers of Ascent here is Bars and Stacks.
That's true.
Exactly. I would have seen pistol round old school Vision Strikers play.
Yeah.
I mean, like we mentioned, right, they have spots on this map named after them. So they've made their mark on this map. So I feel like T1's still going to be a very, very scary team indeed as we head into Ascent. And Frost, was it Frost that mentioned, or was it Alex that mentioned that T1's Ascent is like, you know, it mentioned that...
It's Frost.
It was Frost that mentioned T1's Ascent. They said that it was going to be very, very good. So that's something to look forward to as we wait for the Asian composition to come up. I feel like our players here are feeling very, very balanced, but I feel like
Paper X 2比0 T1 谁这么靠北啊
This is the thing, like this was left in as Veto Chicken for both Paper X and T1 initially, and then it was picked into Paper X. They showed us, yes, we can still play this map and we can play it pretty much the same way that we used to play it. But T1, they left it as Veto Chicken and they didn't play it. They could have played it or Breeze in one of their series, and they opted to go away from it. So to pick it here in this series, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it yet. It could pay off huge or it could completely fall apart, especially if they have, like, it's very hard to start attack on Ascent sometimes, especially into Sage Vice in a big pressure game like this.
Right, but I'm sure that the coach has a plan by like picking into this because there's almost zero data on how T1 plays Ascent, other than just like hearsays from other coaches.
Wow.
We have our Asian comms out.
It's so old school.
Oh
It's
my.
so old school. I hate this. I hate this so much for T1. Your back is against the wall, and this is what you do? Where's the innovation?
This was kind of anticlimactic. I was like, what are they going to bring out? And it's like, oh.
On the side of Paper X, they're sticking with that Yoru Sage as well.
That is absolutely right. Let's find out how Ascent goes down as we send it over to our casters. Paper.
Sometimes the classic is good. Sometimes something's steady and you don't need to change it. Will that be the case? I do not know. But T1 are just running it back. No real innovation as far as the comp is concerned. And Paper X are sticking with what they showed the last outing on Ascent. The Yoru once again in hand for something.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the battle of the duelists is really important here. Buzz back on Jet, you know, the agent that he became so well known for here in Pacific and throughout the world, and then something looking so good on the Yoru, the best Yoru we've seen post-nerf. I mean, he was absolutely incredible with the way that he was using his util, setting up those timings with the gate crashes, using, it won't matter in this match, but using the clone to bait some of the Vice util, stuff like that was so good.
And it is a very limited sample size.
Yes.
It did look good. We kind of saw the direction. We saw the ideas from Paper Rex. Can they show it again? T1's fate.
Time to jump.
It all lies here with this map pick. Will they be able to find success, or will they come to regret it? We'll find out as we go into this pistol round. Munchkin quickly scaling all the way down bench here. Home. Stave off this pressure. Easy at the same time. Walkabouts. Up Cat, but Invi's able to strike first. Meteor dead on alert inside of B main. Constant the ping through. Backpedal from Izu. Buzz all the way down towards the defender spawn. Invi at the ready. Sheriff in hand. Gets ready to come in and caught a glimpse. Fires off a shot.
跟你讲 ，T1 这边会输就是因为没有 Ten 上场。
Ten 不是那个吗？就是单纯是那个。
There and mid, King and Forsaken both going to be taken out.
他应该是不会上场打比赛的，对不对？
Now,
还是其实第一？
我不知道，他好像说可能会。
真的假的？ Managed to tuck back around the corner. A bit of damage through on that wall bang. Easy on the counter swing. Cuts down something.
30 seconds left.
为什么又要出夜路啊？杰提瑞兹这张图不是出的好好的吗？
因为
Yeah, some interesting ideas from both teams, but Paper Rex intentionally giving up that space in mid to try to set up for some of these flanks and crunches. They get the opening kill. They know exactly that Meteor's on his own, that they don't need to worry about that. They could fall back and try to cover, but they can't win some of these individual battles. T1 just sharper with the Sheriffs. They're going to take the win. That's massive. Good start on this attacker side. It's exactly what the doctor ordered for T1. Well, Sheriff's going to be bought up for Paper Rex by an Envy.
Heavy of an investment here either, though, for T1.
The T1's like, we saw what you did on the Eco against KRX. We're going to use a recon deep to make sure you don't do that again.
Really, homework being done. But Buzz able to catch something there at Market. Narrow little angle for him. Envy. That Sheriff in hand as the rotations do come through from the direct. Fragment up the top, stopping the peak from heaven. It's going to be shifted over under heaven here for the plant. Meanwhile, the drop down is going to be coming in. Buzz, however, machine gunning that Marshall, gets himself a 3K at the end. Munchkin will find the kill on a Forsaken, so the key weaponry does get collected and carried over. T1 able themselves the anti-eco victory and now look for the bonus.
Yeah, this is one of those rounds where you can see the homework being done. Probably part of the reason why T1 was so comfortable to pick a map they hadn't shown yet. Not granted, it's back into the map pool relatively recently. Oh, nice little spot out for Buzz. Oh, it's 5 on the swing, but Buzz there immediately. Great.
摇头了，摇头了。
I don't think you need to be too upset about that one, Alex. It is what it is sometimes.
Especially with Forsaken finding a start like that. Munchkin's going to be dropped, and that's where Smoke's now gone for the bonus round.
真的不知道他这个夜路这个价值在哪里，看不到他们的阵容。
就是他想玩法。
拿维斯加奶妈。
你知道完全不知道在出什么鬼吗？
可能需要有专业的人来解析一下。
本来他们这么输一定有他们的道理。
Player advantage for Paper Rex. Want to get this anti-bonus very cleanly. Spotted in the end.
Players from Paper Rex over here on the wall.
Lock him in.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds remaining. Trying to make this pivot through. This is going to be very risky for T1.
Position we could have played off the wall, but now he's going to be too late.
Dax has the spike. Dax, you have the spike! You got locked out, you have the spike! Chucks it up over the top, and you still have a player in bones. And 10 seconds remaining, this round is over! T1 have absolutely let time get away from them. It's only 2 kills that they're able to find.
They just didn't anticipate the wall would be there, or this time to the communication with how to get over it. Looked like they just didn't think it would be there. Opener Forsaken. If Buzz couldn't get over Envy, so lands in front of his gun barrel.
One enemy.
End of the day, just run into a firing squad. Rex. Guardian for Envy though. Gonna try this wall play again.
See if we'll find anything, but the recon reveal is a bit too deep. Munchkin was tucked around the corner. And that punish there.
That's a set play that just didn't quite bear fruit.
Forsaken. Trying to similarly catch them off guard, but Buzz is faster on the draw. Taking damage, finds that kill. Meanwhile, Meteor just about face to face here with something who looks very suspicious, but as that null command gets called in, something pulls off that angle. Meanwhile, Buzz tailwinding into his teammates. Still end up getting taken out. Dax going to be left on the floor. Can be res. The spike is dropped. Meteor just trying to get this crunch. There's the res. It'll be Izu. Throw out the weapon. Get that kill. T1 off to a 3-1 start.
Yeah, there's so many extra layers here to T1, and again, they're so prepared for the trickery of Paper Rex. It is a huge advantage to them. Paper Rex had to show this map once already. KRX, barely that gun down in time. Winning some battles. Out at long range. Yeah. Be a little bit more diligent right now as Paper Rex. Going for some big plays. Forsaken again.
Forsaken's quickly going to be dealt with. One of the things we had heard last time they played this map during the team conference, we were talking about the big play. And we don't think that we see it. We don't really know what it means. It's one of those, you'll know it when you see it type things. So far, it's not quite rearing its head.
Oh.
Player standing.
Really able to line up there and try to find that kill for the moment. T1 still on pace for a flawless, and Munchkin in position to intercept the Vive. He continues scaling forward. Quite connecting. Paranoia now going to be sent through and sets up for a very easy kill for Meteor. So flawless confirmed. T1 now up 4-1. And already considering that timeout.
Underside magic just not really working today for Paper Rex. Trying to again get ahead of showing a different smoke, trying to see if maybe that'll confuse T1. They're not confused in the slightest. I like the way Buzz sets up Munchkin there across the door. Have to get involved a little bit. Maybe just calm them down. Say, you guys want to fight for main, that's okay, but you don't need to go swinging all the way out to Gelato to do it. Force them into chokes, force them into bad positions where they have to make uncomfortable moves. And so, just wait and see, I guess. You know, some of the things that Paper Rex was so good at was controlling the center of the map with this comp versus KRX, but I'm sure main control kind of lacking. That's something T1 could just kind of use here over at A in particular.
T1 粉丝比较理性，然后2-1，佩佩瑞粉丝直接2-0。
我也会写2-0。
선이 혹시나 오빠에 맞고 죽으면 나 이거 쭈고 봐봐 오빠랑.
때 어차피 숏칼도 까놓을 거라 소리 못 들을 거긴 할 거예요.
完全听不懂他到底在讲什么。
在韩文呢。
我知道啊。
B 마이스 B 마이스 B 마이스.
你就很厉害了。
안 보여. 야 카운터 리콘 날라간다. 카운터 리콘. 사이트 드론해줘. 사이트 드론해줘. 카운터 리콘. 카운터 리콘. 사이트 들어와 이제. 정자 뺑갈게. 뺑갔어. 안 보낼게. 멀리 가세요. 멀리 가서 멀리 가서. 사이드 받을 수 있어?
기다려봐. 야 총문 안 닿았어 총문.
바이스 할게. 천천히 아니야. 괜찮아. 바로 보여줘.
T1 get themselves forward here onto the side. Devi able to find a kill, but Buzz with the knives drawn. It's down Jing with Devi. Still carrying forward. 3 kills found for him. He'll get dropped, but it's an awkward spot now for T1 to try to play their way forward. The flash out. Not quite able to find the kill. Izu taken low, but not taken down.
Enemy remaining. Last
Now we have
player
a 1v1.
standing.
Mop over of the Vandal. Izu. Stagnant for the moment, walks forward. Something would have to break
他
this
这个
all
是
the way around.
想绕一大圈吗？
Rotation.
Spike planted.
Izu though, given the time. One shock dart lobbed in immediately. Trying to find some early damage. Something. Negate crash. Swinging forward, but Izu holding the angle. Gets the kill. And T1 maintaining dominance so far on Ascent.
I mean, you could just hear how chaotic it gets in the middle of that, but not seeing anything, and they read the tucked-in position of Forsaken so easily. And Buzz gets the knives, and he gets going by, tries to answer, huge he finds a nice double, but then something tries to go for a little trickery, but that door was already closed. It was his undoing. Buzz getting ahead of some of the util here.
Oh, he's just going in.
Oh,
the wall is up. He is on an island at the moment, but never mind. Much considered just to get himself in there. Finds the kill on the
要6比1了。
这个人有点那个有点扯，他直接这样飞进来。
Wait, really survived that one, and Paper Rex had to be calling to save these weapons.
Nothing left to do at this point. I don't know what was going on there. How Buzz is alive is beyond me.
到底为什么要出奶妈？
不知道。
哎，我好久没看到一张图哦，好久没看到 Sunset， 好想玩。
The pace that T1 is showing on their attacker side. We saw this a lot on Split too, where they were pretty pacey. They were just kind of running at them sometimes, just seeing if they could break through. And they absolutely can. With that Vice util there, it can make a lick of difference. Pretty wild. They look so well drilled, do T1, but again, you think about the comfort of this comp. I mean, all these players have played this comp a bajillion times, right?
Yes.
Like this is, they know what to do in every twist and turn, in every moment. And the Vice util, the Sage util, they don't care. They go for some findings at the very end of that round, but don't get anything else. And T1, this is incredible. They are so ready, so quick. Maybe they got past the wall with Buzz there and start flooding through. Timeout again. Timeout.
Yes, immediately needing to be used here. Just a couple rounds separating us. Alex knows how much they need to get on this side. The Sage finding very good value from this defender side of the map, but you know, on struggle street at the moment. I mean, Jing, the desk was talking about it. Taking a look at the map draft. To start things off, you have that split. The Rays can go crazy. You can have a big performance, and we've got to see that, or at least glimpses of it on that opening map. But then as you go into Ascent, as you go over the Breeze, those are not maps where Jing is going to be playing that Rays. That's where he's going to be on things that are less comfortable for him. And at the moment, I believe he's 0-5.
He is. He hasn't gotten a kill. And I think it's pretty wise. I think back to Carex's map draft, like, try to avoid Jing's Rays as much as you can.
Okay.
You can force those maps away from Paper Rex. I think it does hamstring them a little bit. It doesn't allow for, you know, the best Rays on the planet to go do and just take over games, or at least make it really
你妈
hard.
没有杀到人是怎样
It's so good.
这是什么鬼？
Flashbacks and things like that. Meanwhile,
他玩奶
back on
妈
a。 Sova, like on that Breeze we saw.
可是他在玩奶妈蛮杀的。
Rushing. Right back to business. Business is good. Buzz with the op. Players on Rex moving those guns, so feel be concerned about this T1 and take your time a little bit. He may just completely left wide open. We'll have the buy coming back over to help something a little bit. Let's throw the thorns up there as well. Out here, give them anything. One, you're gonna collect. You have to wait him out. Try to see if you can play some fast rotates. Run the clock down a little bit as Paper Rex.
The crash will be expiring soon. Something set him to go over to hell. He will let it expire. He's just himself now trapped in blind and Munchkin. Oh, right in his last. Still found. And he goes straight to the dimensional drift. What a ruse here from something.
捡到枪，转
Gets
了。
away scot-free. Quick exit and now has a Phantom in hand. Pop Flash going to be sent. Just back out. Stacks dead. Something yelling them out of this round. Still able to find one for Secret. Going to be taking down Meteor at the same time. That he has the B site opened up, but if they try to go for the pivot, which they are, you can't. There's 25 seconds. You don't have the time for this. T1 have done it again.
Oh no.
They've just absolutely cooked themselves. Savai now lurking under the kill. Buzz, he's got 10 seconds to try to make it into sight or kill everyone.
都看你地板在干嘛？开挂。
Oh, by about
对啊，为什么这样看？
now needs the bodyguard. Finds the one. I cannot believe this.
Last player standing.
可以可以，这个是16敌，他不可能赢啊。
Operator in hand, the swing out gets the kill on the vibe, and something is there at main. Counter swings through.
然后给三十拿到100打上去。
Unreal that they are able to find that plant.
还是我应该算每一把他比赛会摸几次后呢？
I mean, you just feel like there's no way
100次
it ends up being true, but not exactly the way I thought. Goodness. T1 is playing with fire in some of these rounds, but comfort you're playing with fire.
这到底在干嘛？
Munchkin walks right into
我完全在乱传欸。
我这看不懂 Munchkin 到底在干嘛。
Meteor is Paper Rex.
Great play from him, but it's really divine here.
Yes.
It ends up closing out the round for them.
Absolutely.
He whiffs and easily gets that kill. They still continue to run the spike. Very different outcome.
He's fired up again. Nice 10 and 8 too. Leading the charge. Jing still no kills. He has 6 assists, but that's his ult.
妈，你俊又要送狗了，我要变成76。
完啦。
Something watching over towards Cat. Saken able to steady the aim, finds a kill on the Buzz. Jing getting
Oh,
involved
pull
on
that
the
up.
board. His first kill found.
Pull that,
Stacks
pull
will fall.
Eh?
Isu going up and over the top.
Oh.
Able to find one, but can't.
最后一发子弹。
Takes Jing low, but can't.
完了，就会死吗？
Ping towards Meteor here.
Your
I think
duty
they kind
is
of
not over.
Sussed out where he's at.
I mean, look at Jing. Yeah, they have a very strong suspicion. Just about had it confirmed.
查到
that
欸
he's walled him
对啊，
into the site, stopping from being able to recover the spike.
米铁如果1打4，我就买 T1 的外套。
嗯。
不可能啊，他已经不是以前的米铁了。
Looks for a little bit more, but Invi will be able to come down to size. A solid kill and no res to be found. They have the key weaponry that they need with the operator. They will just hold on to this. Hold for the future, but a much needed round win for Paper Rex.
Forsaken 本人真的超小只的。
This is where it starts to get dangerous for T1. Get that operator going.
而其实，就算大师赛，因为本来大师，我希望大师赛来，就是我想看到 Paper Race 本人，但是他们后面不知道为什么，知道台湾粉丝很多，就跑来台湾，挺开心的，说实在。然后那次还是第一次跟你的见面。
好笑。不知道还不会再来，因为他上次那个 Forsaken 就是拍那个 vlog，然后被延上。算了，感觉他们也不太管这么多。
啊，你什么时候来台北？
我可能那个暑假刚开始应该可能会上去吧，应该会。如果没有那个，因为我下学期要做那个毕业专题，如果没有卡到那个要做什么事情的话，我应该会台北玩一下。
哦。
因为我们学校6月30还放暑假，超晚的。
我们学校好像是晚了，虽然我现在不知道多少，到时候再问一下。
你有在上课吗？
有啦，怎么会没有？
然后怎么看你现在都好像都在健身房。
没有人会一直发自己在上课吧？
哦，也是。可是我想说，怎么感觉都一直在健身房？
上课没什么好发的啊。还是有发啦，我发旁边坐一堆越南人。
有，我好像很像。
It is weird how you're not used to seeing Yoru anymore.
日文系吗？
对啊。没有，因为我有些课是那种很多班级一起上啊，有些科系里面都是越南人。
哦，我懂。
Really popping thorns too for Paper X. Like they were expecting a quick hit off of the Killer Meteor. Like some teams do that where they lose the Sentinel and that's where they turn the momentum up. They can capitalize off of that. Usually that means you're gonna have like 2 players pinned somewhere, so you have a numbers advantage on your X. Don't go for it. Paper X is
30 seconds
completely misread this now. They have nothing over here other than an issue.
英比会扛得住我。我感觉他快把人灌死了。
真的快灌死了。
有人是死滴血啊。
他其实蛮会灌的，他跟打败3场灌多了。
我操！
哇，这是什么鬼
？Absolutely destroys them. It's just 65 health between the 2 remaining players.
哇，
好的了，没时间呢。
还要保枪吧？又保枪。
3-7了。
Munchkin absolutely bails them out.
They're just so ready for that. The angle that Paper X wants to take for this retake, and it's huge. Munchkin
这张图是防守图还是进攻图？
has those moments
我
where
怎
he
么
just
记得是
outthinks you. That's one of them. Show
算了，没关系。
Munchkin again.
哎，不对，他们2个手会。
中村的粉丝是不是比较少啊？怎么感觉很少？应该说我身边呐，很少遇到喜欢中村。
是没错。
可是我那天换卡片就有人用，就有人想要中，因为我抽到中村，然后有人说一样恩彩换中村。
哦，你就是跟他换的吗？
对啊。
有啊，应该还是有，只是感觉喜欢他的都比较低调而已。超丑，那时候超2张人卡，
真好。
然后其中1张一走出去，我就拿那个手机打那个恩彩换樱花，马上就有一个人拍给我换。
樱花是男生还是女生？
男的。
他长得怎么样？
我没有仔细看，因为他就走过来，因为他朋友就点他一下，就说哎，这个人好像想换樱花，然后那个男的走过来说这张吗？我就说对，然后我跟他换我就走掉了。
哦。我看一下粉丝都长怎样。
其实大家长得都蛮帅蛮漂亮的，我有点吓到。
看我那一场他妈超多宅男。
我那时候在排队的时候，我前面几个男生都是那种很帅那种，就是后面，可是他们那个他们好像很矮，就是他们穿很帅，可是他们背包挂一大堆那个娃娃什么的，就是那个他们的那个周边娃娃，超扯。 然后可是后来我走出去看到好像也是有一些仔仔啊。
我那个看起来像痴汉，他真的是痴汉，他那边。就是然后他叫的就，然后他是超大声，他在我旁边。
你们那场坐满人吗？还是没
有？有坐满。
他还这样子叫，太尴尬了吧？是那种胖胖的仔仔吗？
对啊，那种很胖很大只，然后就跟你看得出来那种油油的。
啊，有点可怕。我那场都是坐那个，我旁边坐了一个瘦瘦的男生，我反而觉得他会不会觉得我是什么白痴？因为我看的时候一直在笑。
我觉得笑没有关系，可是你至少笑正常一点吧。那还是他其实那就是正常，我不知道，这是看着超痴汉。
不敢笑，我怕我其实也是这样。可是你讲的感觉很可怕，因为他胖胖的，还是不能这样子歧视人家。
Re-swing in to buy. He's the one who ends up getting caught. He peeked out into the shorty something. Picks up a 3K and Paper Rex pick up a kid around the half.
It's the same score that it was on Split. 5-7. Something is really playing well again here today. Still showing us that Yoru just fine. Especially once he has that operator, but he's so good with his timing and with his gate crashes. I mean, we've seen him just be brilliant with those. Dodging ultimate, getting these kills, getting out. So ready. Using his ultimate there a couple times. That one cheeky one where he got out of line with it. Here to get
那个真的很近哎，那个在那个电梯。
哎，你知道我真的是看着脸超红，你知道吗？
我一直往后退，就是原本坐的，然后我就一直往后，我说太近了，太近了。
然后我还有带手灯去。
啊，对，我看很多人都有带。那你是挥那个带的手灯，还是他那个虚拟的？
没有，我拿着我的手灯的时候，他对虚拟的也会触发。
哦，真的哦，哎，那很酷哎，啊，那还不错，更有感觉。哦，因为我看那个就是那个他们4周年的那一个场次，然后它就有特点，但它那个特点我去看的时候已经没了，所以要等那个。我刚好这次回来那个高雄，我就是要去换那个特点，因为他前几天才那个寄那个简讯跟我们说可以去领了。但我不知道那个特点是什么，好像透卡。
我右边坐一对情侣，左边坐一个痴汉。没谁啊，真的。
怎么听起来那么惨？可是还好吧，情侣感觉大家都就比较正常一点，再专心看。
那感觉像是女生追男生来陪看。
哦，那男朋友是很好了。我也还好啦，毕竟那个是看女团的。现在很紧张哎，那个不知道演唱会的门票要卖多贵？
感觉跟上次差不多吧。
啊，可是上次真的好贵哦。哎，上次要不是我忘记了，我们是8800吗？
没有，
还是
7300。
哦，7300。
对。
我忘记了，但是我只记得好贵。
啊，票都这样。
哎，不知道这次还要不要买那么贵，有点犹豫。
我是想要买，因为我有一个看女团就是要看脸，就是要看前面一点，听男团坐最后面就好了。
确实，因为想说，哎，因为我有点犹豫要不要去看那个 Post Malone。
哦。
我想说，如果这样连续一直看，感觉妈妈会生气，不能花那么多钱。
你就跟他说
还有 AA 啊，因为还有那个 AA。
我是不会去看 AA 啦。
哦，对啊，因为 AA 雷莎今天回来，那个时间点他们刚好好像在马尼拉嘛。
我就把马尼拉全部人都杀了。
什么意思？
我那是菲律宾啊。
我知道。一群包包。
哇，金彩元换头贴嘞，还是他换？对，他新换的头贴。
看一下。
Players can turn that frown upside down. Little thrifty win here, but
哎，中村一叶这个，哎，对，好漂亮啊，这个心头贴。中村一叶这个短头发到底是怎么样？好烦，不好看，完全是靠他的脸撑起来的。
没有，他们这一团有6个人哦，还有一个 LeBron James。
好肥。
这你有看到那个吗？
很白痴。
小问题，我觉得会逆转。再输一回合5比9，然后连追4分，然后又跟上一把一样9比9。
Munchkin now trying to hold his own, can't hit that transfer. Envy will be able to find a second kill. Now Spectre in hand, some chance.
哎，这样走进去，
Decent amount of damage. But 2 of the Spectres now left on the floor. Now Buzz able to find the one. Tailwinds over to the side. King eventually going to be able to come up with that kill. Meteor will just go ahead and line up the head.
他如果跟你讲，3分如果玩阶梯，这把早就结束了。一路现在这么烂，他到底为什么要玩奶妈啊？
我不知道，但是他们有2个守卫，结果那个防守方只拿几分啊？忘了。
Relatively, Isu and Meteor, no thanks. Munchkin, you know, they just overwhelm him with numbers there. Something goes swinging. We've got the follow-up behind it. Do some damage though. Buzz grabs an op. X doesn't like what he sees. Blame it.
Early doors to have this operator online. Real point. Big confirmation, but the Rex are going to be backing away.
Snax is very patient with that 0 point these days. He wants to wait till they use you till first, and he wants to counter.
Oh, forward.
What?
What? How has he got that?
What?
That is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. 攻什么他妈都在走射啊 ！Stakes 也在走射。
有那种吸烟赛区的气势，没有。
Thrown out, gonna be cleared.
完蛋了！看他们这张图真的打得有够烂的。我本来预计是打完2把2比0，我就可以去睡觉了。啊，怎么打这么久？
那么健康
真的很早睡啊。
确实，我看一下都很早起。
Alerts him immediately. Slides forward against the wall and market. He has to be wary of this.
我本来是预计2比0，然后赶快去打机场网，对吧？
Potentially timing here. There it is. Easy to build the bottom. That's going to be a weapon upgrade. There's now about to try to delay this approach, and it looks like Jinx is going to have to take this ult orb, and these players going to have to tuck back and hold on to these rifles.
10 seconds left.
T1 hitting double digits on Ascent. They march onward towards Breeze.
One.
Second. Sure. He's now 1 away from the Hunter's Fury.
可以。
Maybe don't want to be funneling him
多吸2个 KD。
Very good for him to hold on to the weapon. Those extra charges, but T1 still come away with the round win. And I need the replay right now.
Yeah, this was.
啊，看他打电脑姿势好奇怪。感真的很晒。
He sees him, unscopes, goes back into the smoke, and then blind no scopes him. Well,
sometimes it just be like that. I
buy
guess.
A lottery ticket, Buzz.
Yeah, that is wow. You almost feel a little bad for something there.
Oh yeah, I don't think I could really him too much, but okay, Forsaken.
怎么人不见了
He was all the way over the B lobby. Killed him.
有人要死。
Hut there?
不开飞乐谁
这个选角真的是教练允许的吗？
哈哈，在皮呀，为什么不走？
Levi going to be lost on entry. 1 casualty so far for Paper Rex. The spike now planted. Ults to work with here.
他们站那边好像有点太爽。
Rex get their first round win of the half. Spot up the one though. It didn't be okay. Able to hold his own.
我靠！
Trying to isolate him, but he cannot. He's the one getting taken down, and now Stacks quickly having to pivot.
他也没解宝局
Try to stay alive.
惨淡了。
That's just, a lot of these just come down to little things. Little bait and switches for Paper X in this one. Inby gets the reveal, using his shoulder. Keep Buzz busy. Forsaken to swing. Just opens up the space that they need, takes that operator out of the round. Takes T1 effectively out of the round there too, and then Inby. Tremendous individual effort. I need to see Forsaken's kill.
Oh, wow.
My God. He
Is this
boosted.
it? Is that the big move?
That's the boost. They used the stage wall. I was like, I don't think you can see over there from lobby.
Yeah.
Now I understand. That is Paper Rex in a nutshell. Sword, but
That's the bell.
Buzz has the right one. Similar looking setup with that alarm bot, but it's cleared by the usual.
Something. What a shot. So casual on the readjustment and Stacks
这个人不信邪，
serves himself up on a silver platter.
挑战很伤心的。
不是打怪你要在这边这个位置被打死几次呀？
不是这样。
还好他妈他是自视手枪。
到底是怎样？
Isolated away here in main since it had smoked something.
哦，
Ready and waiting with authority in hand.
金钥匙。
Gonna be the one giving him the opportunity though, and Munchkin has managed to take his head off. Jump forward. Still gonna be good for enough there as Meteor finds into a 1v1. There is a weapon at the ready. Door broken open and
幸好
die.
幸好。
哎，大狙啊！
Gets them over the line.
给得到吗？给不到啊。
But that was a nail biter.
他刚直接往那边走，捡得到。
Surrendered over to T1.
Yeah, I mean, that one, legitimately, I'd feel for Alex if he's tilted because of the individual swings that Paper X was taking there, giving chances to T1. They get through it in the long run. Beautiful round from something. Again, just get this guy the op as soon as possible. I don't even care what side of the map you're on, what else is going on. Why, fortunately, not going to suffer for forgetting about how Izu's been playing that position.
Stakes 零很臭哦。
T1's last
韩
time
国人
out
真
here,
的几乎都
correct?
单眼皮。
小眼
Didn't they use both of those in the,
Oh, yeah,
both in
you're
the
right.
first half? Yeah.
I just gameplay's cooking my brain, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
As yes, it will be that final timeout call for T1. Question is this enough to close the map and take it a breeze? Otherwise, this is going to be their last timeout of this stage. Won't see this team until stage 2.
Was a little frustrated down there. Had that incredible bonus round, but since then, Paper X has come right back into the fold, and I think it's wise here for KDG to get involved and be like, hey, don't let them start running away. They did on Split, because once they started winning, they didn't stop.
Got 3 ults to kind of work with here for T1, but nearly all 5 available to Paper X. Forsaken and Devi, 1 charge away from those. The res as well, in case there's an early pick.
KJ Util over at A early to help out Munchkin a little bit. No, he did quite well in that last round. Shock Dart isn't going to find anything because the alarm bot's over at the front of A. Cutting through, so Rex.
All in the trying to sell. This is going to be an A hit. Double scale forward, quick jump back over towards bench. Stacks under some pressure. Typically backpedaling away. Meanwhile, Buzz will be spotted out. He's not able to find the no Helling is even quickly makes his exit. The Hunter's Fury as well. Going to be called in. Izu from across the map, trying to peel back some pressure. Slows them down a little bit, but unable to find any eliminations. Meanwhile, Paranoia going to be sent through. He's taking being forward. Stacks.
这个闪。
哦，好闪呢。
Two more machine counter spams in.
好闪是好
Finds the
闪
enemy
啊！
KO and Stacks instead on the floor. So far, 1 for 1. The red's going to be.
哎，这个
嚯，哎，鬼炮！
Uses right back into the
可以
frame.
可以。
Divide punches forward. Catches
转烂。
Buzz. That was the 2v4.
这干嘛？
Dead on arrival. Meteor. Nothing more to be done here. Surely.
他1打4都请他吃麦当劳。
你说你明天有吃麦当劳啊？
对啊。
Move their way up to 8 round wins.
It's just madness. Jing there. Frankly, Stax gets a little screwed here by Munchkin, who throws a smoke right at him as he gets a great flash, and then it kind of thumbs up the works there. It gives Jing the opportunity to go for the res, too. I'm a little bit shaken.
倒霉蛋。
Will back away. An extra charge towards that lockdown. She still needs 2 more, but Paper Rex are 2 away from tying this up. That timeout did not mean a damn thing.
This is great. I mean, what a setup for Stax.
You spoke well.
And Jing's flash here, but look, he has that smoke to use to call in the res and then swing out. So maybe just kind of panic setting in for Munchkin, and it ends up actually harming T1. Now they have the Blade Storm. This is mostly eco. The gun over. Sizal probably not super impactful here. Something. Try to use the clone to get any info, but nobody from T1 moving a muscle. Here, of course, looking for opportunities to go on a walkabout.
Quickly pivoting over to the side of the map.
Warp grab. That convinces them to just stay here for now.
Deploying drone.
这干嘛？怎么有人去送头啦？发疯啦！
Absolutely sent it to his own demise. Now Stax spotted him. He works his way over to Lumber, clear on that turret. Meteor wants to try to go on this peak, but slow orb is
No way.
Push forward, push out of the corner, yeah. Free fire, why not? They pulled themselves in, but it keeps
傻小了。
broken Jing. He'll find Izu.
吵架了。
It is a 2v5.
打到吵架吗？
吵架啦，开送啦。
The only rifle that they had is left on the floor. Munchkin just now right in mid. Only has a Bucky.
30 seconds left.
That's so clever.
刚刚说，干一组你为什么不打飞机啦？不打飞机都不要玩啊！然后直接 Q 进去送头。
Shake up in the nerves for T1. Was just inting his way into B main.
再抓一下头。
Have to peek the windows with the knives, but instead inserts himself in.
佛斯肯的滑鼠定好。
These players maybe they thought that they were just going to be able to catch Jing by himself.
不是啊，有不是一样。
Went for the big play with the blades. They know Stax is there because the drone saw him. And I love the use of that wall. Because you know, with the way that turret and the nanos are positioned, that Meteor's just waiting for you to try to swing, so he can counter swing, and they use the same.
除非他参数拉满了，出去直接给5个人死。
Even though he just used it 2 rounds ago.
我是他们教练，我应该会跟他
Playing the same for Phoenix, just making sure that he is constantly getting these orbs. Also been stepping up. He's down to getting these kills.
That 0-5 start be damned.
这个抢的用意到底是什么？防前推，对不对？
3 ults now. Paper Rex.
我也不清楚。
He's on the other side of the map, so he can't stop this. Here comes the Steel Garden.
他们的选角就很抽象。
Try to get into the boats for Izu, and in time.
哎。
Hannah Boyd losing his weapon was. Backs up the pressure here. Will be able to force out the res. Am I going to be taken down from the corner? Can I find a further punish?
哦。
Stax the one who ends
他的出援。
Was is looking for time. He's looking for an aggressive fight. He will get rewarded for it.
他竟然会查那里。
I think he's taken down.
Sagan's found all the space in the world, though. They're just going to be ready for the cross.
Question, but there is the thing. Spraying out his Munchkin.
Munchkin 嘴不得哎，嘴一个爆发了。
Spike now on the floor, and Forsaken having to just try to go for the cheeky pickup.
我觉得佛斯肯要赢。
30 seconds left.
可以。
干嘛被打了一枪？
他1打3，我请他吃海底捞。
Tie things up. Stop T1 from getting up to 11.
反正漏赢。
没有人。
Now he's been spotted. He's not ready for Sova. 11-9. T1 keeping Paper Rex at arm's length.
Stop the bleeding, and it's all on to Buzz here. He gets the first kill on the entry.
我韩国选手就是真的很认真在打游戏，跟印象中的韩国人不太一样。
确实。
对啊，韩国选手有几个是又帅又强又会打，有些就是就是强，但是他完全没有在顾，不好敲桌子。
哇，他这么那个啊，这样走。
哎。完蛋了，这半条腿已经没了，然后还要奶他，浪费这个奶。我真的是看不懂夜路加圣骑的战术价值到底在哪里。哎，你看这个准星是蓝色的还是白色的？
你说刚刚这个吗？这个解体的吗？
对啊，你。
我刚才我印象中刚那个瞬间我看是蓝色的。
对，我记得我记得这个是蓝色的、啊，现在这是蓝色的吧？还是白色？还是我色盲啊？
现在这个吗？现在看起来像绿色。
我觉得看起来像蓝色。
白色。
这个是白色，这个我知道是。但这是绿色吧？这是绿色。
对。完了，这是在干嘛？完了，他被打侧脑了，完全不知道在干嘛。
完了，9比12，没救了，下一张地图见。
Up to map point as they look to push this to Breeze.
Yeah, they have found their groove now, and the map gets chaotic, and Paper Rex can't keep track of some of the players. Izu again defeating Divide, and Forsaken tries a Munchkin and suffers the same fate. And Meteor is so impactful there. It just love to watch him on this map, the way he's just constantly creating pressure, creating question marks for the opponents.
有聊没了？哦，意识到可以。你知道我今天去全家的时候刷载具，然后说洪恩彩，我载具上面那是洪恩彩。
对，来跟你闲聊。
AJ Alt no longer a concern. It's going to be T1 having to go for the retake as the one gets shut.
我也是直接放的是阿比。电脑我。
Push forward here. From Forsaken, swings out to his death. Munchkin able to find the one. He's going to go TPing forward though, and Jing is there. That second layer is at the ready. Behind Stack, something for the Sheriff. Takes down Buzz. Izu is gone, and that's Paper Rex still fighting back. 2 more rounds as they look to take this into overtime.
Big sigh of relief there. That's a nice little plan. Just go for the big set execute. You're able to get past that nano with Forsaken TPing. Just open up some extra angles, and Meteor can't hold the line.
能不能逆转啊？
Lockdown.
哦，看那个圣骑，我头真的很痛，还有一个11-17的。哦，不怪 Forsaken 啊，他。
That tic-tac-toe that's available for T1 to close this out. That counter.
Hey!
But Buzz, he's not quite there. Doesn't manage to find us. He's going to try and slug with this one. He is, and it's not going to get rewarded. Divide gets the kill. The Jet, the op, down.
哎，为什么说一个人拉？
Paranoia going to be sent through. He gets a little bit more damage into Meteor. Is also there.
哎，
He gets himself a
我靠！
Before getting traded out.
溃烂，
Taken now
溃
into
马，
a
真
2v2.
的。
With a swap of the weaponry. Helps the judge. Collects a rifle in mid. Or shut. Indy's position here at the moment. Not going to be good. Trying to use the Hunter's Fury. Swing. Stacks now, spotting him out.
哎，这在干嘛啦？哎，为什么会这样打？在干嘛？
什么意思？ 什么意思？为什么会这样玩
？T1 will not go down without a fight. They take us the distance. The final slot for Masters London will be decided on Breeze.
It's crazy back and forth. But again, T1 had some really good reads early, getting both pistols, and having some just brilliant calls here and there. Some nice reads at times.
A
little bit of luck from Buzz with some of those op shots, but hey, it is still great stuff from Izu, individually able to hold the line so often there against that mid pressure. Make it so difficult for Paper Rex to gain some space. Yeah, Breeze, I have no idea what to expect here.
Who the hell knows, but this has now gotten interesting. It's what we always love to say. We have a series on our hands. Breeze has had its ups and downs for both of these teams, but it's also where Stax has turned into a demigod. Will that happen versus Paper Rex? I do not know, but let's go ahead and send things back over for an interview.
Vâng ạ, xin kính chào các bạn rất thân mến. Bên cạnh tôi là thuyền trưởng của T1, huấn luyện viên KDG. Và huấn luyện viên KDG ạ, map thi đấu thứ hai thực sự rất là căng thẳng. Cái việc mà theo dõi nó ở trong phòng huấn luyện, cảm giác của anh như thế nào? So coach, that map 2 was really tough. How do you feel watching it in the booth?
감독님 일단 2세트 진짜 팽팽했는데요. 보시면서 어떤 생각이 드셨고 승리한 소감 여쭤보고 싶네요.
일단은 상대가 정말 고마운 것 같아요.
鸡蛋没有要蛋白，感觉是这个月。
On Paper Rex's attack, they were repeating a lot of their stuff, so we were able to read into their pattern. And I'm
阿神看起来好
但我觉得这个
憔
状态
悴。
他变得有点老哎。
我就不清楚。
没错。
你要跟他玩什么游戏？他怕超市这个，他怕超市这个人直接踩出来，但其实这样也不对啊。他这样子看也是，他这样看也是最蠢的啊。他这样看也是最蠢的。
说的也没错。但我觉得干，
这样踩有个笨。
为什么他要这样子啊？
不是啊，为什么？我是他，我绝对不会这样打。没有，这边他踩这边，然后 Forsaken 踩这边，这样就可以打交叉啦。他这样子，这样不是很好吗？为什么他还要去对这个枪？他想要抓这个，没抓到。下来，就看好这里啊。Forsaken 不是在帮他架 market 吗？
为什么他还要再看，对不对？
就这个看就很没有意义啊。
为什么要看这边？对啊，我不知道为什么他要看这里。
Forsaken 从头到尾都在这边啊，确实高压环境没办法。哎，他连菜包画面都没有，直接结束了。之前都还有菜包画面。
谁赢了？刚刚现在1-1。下一张 Bridge 热带。
哦，他跟东兴是一队的啊，可是东兴感觉比他这支比他强哎。然后还有补元喜柱、叶一角，然后
罗杰，看 Crazy Base 没在看比赛啊？
他当兵结束了吗？很久没看他。
我不知道啊，应该当完了吧？
哦。
他应该是当4个月吧？
我应该是。
他比我们大。
对，有这场有 feel 哦。
Tenz 有 T1 的衣服穿吗？没有哎。Finesse.
Fuck, you guys have a good breeze too, bro.
Wait, I have a question for you. If you're playing games off stream, you got frustrated. Would you ever yell out loud? Like single player games, for example.
他在跟 Tenz 通话。
I don't. No.
Like if you were a coach and you're super frustrated, like would you
你有听到 Tenz 的声音吗？
realize like the why?
No.
Or you just internalize it?
Tenz 的声音好好认啊。 怎么办？没有容错了。
很紧张。
我走，他妈的不给你爽，妈的T1。
His on-stage capability, you saw it in some of the highlights. He is definitely fired up for this match.
First game off the Neon, not too bad. I mean, Jet is a classic for him though, so you could see just, even at moments, maybe a little bit too much comfortability, especially like that bottom mid round where he really felt like, he's like, I need this on me, I need this. And he had plenty of help, it was very well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, you know, for T1, running a composition is also like to their advantage, because if Paper Rex are running with what they last did and they have something that's comfortable, then it allows their players to pop up easily also on the stage. And I think going into the next map also, this momentum for T1 is just so important going into this last map, because Paper Rex, they are that kind of team that tends to like, oh no, can this actually come back? Can they actually continue? Because it becomes that 50-50 for Paper Rex.
I feel like Paper Rex just has this magic that they can pull out at any moment.
Yeah.
Mentally just reset just like that.
You've been on the receiving end of that. It's
Yes,
like,
I have.
no, it's impossible.
Both of us have been
Well, we did see that T1 had some very good strategies on their side to deal with this kind of hyper-aggression from Paper Rex.
I like the attack side rounds, and they used a lot of the fundamentals, but with like a little bit of a twist. And we've seen T1 in the past, many of these players, formerly DRX, formerly Gen G, two very good teams on a set. So if we can bring up some of the clips on the Telestrator here and have a little bit of a chat about their A and B execution.
干脆全部都是擎天刚，到底是傻小？
There was some really interesting stuff that they did. The first round was a round where they're sending Jet up cat with the Sova ult. And I want to talk about something, sound on land. It's a big deal, right? So, yeah, there you go. Okay, here we go. So, we can see at the early round here, you do have the Jet top mid, you're playing 3 towards A main, and then you have the Killjoy. Usually in this kind of a strat is towards A main, and you use him as a body. He's kind of like someone that you throw in with the pack, because your Sova is going to be ulting in this round. So you see in this round, actually the Killjoy is like the second layer of the lurk behind the Jet. So if you play the clip here, you see Jet's going up cat very fast. You see Dart and Knife into A main, and you rip a Sova ult. And the thing is, it creates so much pressure and sound on land that you don't need the Jet running up cat a lot of the time. Yeah. But for teams that are very familiar with these kind of strats, they know that it's usually solo Jet up cat and then heavy through A main, because the Jet is going to be dashing and getting a lot of space. But the thing is, the second wrinkle of this strat is that Meteor is actually walking mid, ready for people to push down middle, and then he's actually the second layer up tree, plus gets the entry here. And as we head into actually the site execute with the drone pushing something out, you have Meteor sitting in cart ready to control the rotations, while the Jet has already made his way into the site and they've got a man advantage. So that was a really nice one. The other one was the B main execute that I really liked. Yeah. And the other thing that I wanted to highlight was you see different Jet pathing entries on this particular map. Buzz throws a smoke above himself and he's inside that smoke, but he also throws, by the way, I think while he's dashing, or maybe not before, a smoke onto the switch, and you're thinking, is he dashing switch or is he going up over site? Well, actually neither. He's dashing stairs, and unfortunately it throws them off and up for the rest of the one to entry really nicely onto B. So I love the little variations of the execute that they did, because it would be very easy after not playing a set for ages to just do the easy things or the things that come naturally, but they threw a little bit of a twist into some of these strats, and I think it actually really threw KRX off a little bit.
Yeah, I think it definitely did. But you've got to give props to TRX as well, because you did see them try and rectify that issue. Like there was a round where something immediately picked out head.
干干妈的，金哥要去玩烟，然后 Forsaken 玩你好，可是 Forsaken 是状态玩你好。
I think that it's you know, it's these
One
mind games that these teams play with. Let's see what our teams have to say about this.
Vâng ạ, xin kính chào các bạn khán giả thân mến. Bên cạnh tôi đây là huấn luyện viên Alex, thuyền trưởng của HyperX, và để xem rằng là huấn luyện viên Alex sẽ chia sẻ rằng sẽ có những điều gì sẽ tạo ra bất ngờ dành cho chúng ta và tạo ra bất ngờ của G1 ở tại cái bảng thứ ba này. Coach, so there might be some doubts, but that Euro pick is totally strategy. And now cat's out of the bag. What might surprise us and T1 in the next one?
I think we're just going to play another game on Greece when we had the last two times, so we're prepared for it. This might be one third, so let's see.
Rất đơn giản thôi ạ, huấn luyện viên đã chia sẻ rằng là chúng tôi đã chuẩn bị rất kỹ ở tại bảng đấu thứ ba rồi. Chúng tôi sẽ chơi theo một cách mà chúng tôi thường chơi. Và đó là những gì huấn luyện viên đã chia sẻ chia sẻ chúng ta cùng nhau tới với cả màn đầu tiên tiếp theo trong đối đầu giữa T1 và PaperX. Coach.
Map that Paper Rex wanted. They wanted to get to this point, so they're feeling very confident. But are we forgetting about how well T1 does on Breeze?
Exactly. This is a map T1 would have wanted. We've seen how good they've been here. 2-0 here in stage 1. And we have to talk about Stax. This guy's an absolute monster here on the KO. So I think both these teams are happy that this is the decider map. This is the London map. You have to show everything you have here because there's no
哎，
more
完蛋了
second chances.！
我同学打电话给我要做专题，我要先走了，拜拜。
拜拜拜拜。
拜拜。
For PaperX, you can see 2-2 on this map. The last two maps they've actually been dropping, and they've had some rough starts, even though they stopped two teams in the group stage. So I'm sure that they've worked on some of the shortcomings that they had in the last two matches, and hopefully they're not looking for a third loss here on Breeze in a row.
Yeah, but Ben, I want to ask you, you've been there before, you've been to those internationals. What are you saying to the boys right now before this?
先继续监听不讲话，我先。我先。
Sometimes you have to take that pressure off, right? You just have to remember whatever we were doing in a sprint where you're very relaxed, where you perform at your best. That's the state that you need to get into in maps like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you don't want to let that pressure get to you, but make no mistake, the pressure is high for both of these teams. Both these teams want to run it back at London, rewrite their international stories, and perhaps even lift another trophy for Pacific, because we know they're good enough to do it.
Yeah, you're going to see another stylistic difference here for T1, who are once again playing the KO Harbour comp, but this time they're playing against double duelists. They've had to play against the Sage comp and then also a KO Harbour mirror. So this will be the third different comp that T1 has played against. Can they continue to be adaptable and make it to London?
Yeah, there's no changes on either side, so preparation is at a max here.
Absolutely. This is going to be for Masters London. Ho Chi Minh, make some noise over to Paper Thin and Achilles.
It all comes down to this, a final map, the biggest scrim that PaperX have played in the Pacific. They face potential elimination. T1 very much the same. Time to shrug off the shortcomings, the failures, the stress from those first two maps and focus forward. A best of one, a final map to decide who plays tomorrow, who goes to Masters London.
And for me, what this comes down to is the initiators for T1. It's been the engine for them on Breeze that has kept them running. And on the other side, for PaperX, it's the duelist. Can Forsaken on that Neon, can something on that Jet really do some damage, break things open, and disrupt those T1 setups that those initiators are going to want to use? Are they going to be able to get past Dax's 0 points and things like that to just cause grief in the T1 defensive lines? They're going to be shut down, they're going to be stymied, or they're going to be stalled. That's the big question. Big pistol off the rip, PaperX on the attack for the first side.
UI back into the action. The barrier's now down. Two players here, one even more. Ingrid nearby. Dax makes their way through that tunnel. Slide in. Was able to find Forsaken for the trade back. It's going to be quick, but Stax now here. He's able to find Indy. Puts the spike down onto the floor. Front of the one. Swing around the back there off the corner. Meteor catches something completely unawares. It's going to be a team ace. One casualty. And the pistol to T1.
Yeah, this is them in position with the fast rotates. Just immediately reacting to what PaperX is doing. There's no ambiguity to speak of for PaperX. They're going that way the whole time. It's B all the way. They're just flooding right back behind it. Good opener here. At least able to get the trade, but then immediately Meteor swinging in right behind it. Izu off the open, watching mid. A little too easy for P1, it feels like. Devi, grab that Marshall. Everybody else just classics. Looking for somebody peeking off that one-way orb. He's going to make sure that Envy will be fast-tracking Hunter's Furies here.
Look at that corner. Forsaken, he's going to continue to push the issue here. Buzz just shuts him down. Stax, maybe at a risk, though, is Buzz able to find a second kill. No, Stax will suss it out. Spots him. Buzz gets a third. Or 4K, if he can just find it. 0 point opens the door. Relay both on the corner. Jing, he's stunned up, taken down. Flawless round to follow up his Buzz. He is absolutely feeling it.
He's locked in. They gave him Some opportunities. They tried to challenge him. He knocked it out of the park. Right on top. Take it. Eyes the challenge with the Marshall of his own. Even with the reveal from Envy, still ready for the fight. Huge round it was. We're going to have that early operator again. He drops that Marshall. Goes right for it, just like we saw in Ascent. Forward.
Try to get aggressive, and aggressive they have. They have this here in spades. They be taken out. Buzz not able to connect with that flick. That ends up being damn costly. Meteor's now been spotted. He's going to be surrounded, and suddenly, Paper Rex, okay, sure. Shaky is all hell in those opening 2 rounds, but they are looking dominant now in this anti-bonus. Dax to be forced away. Operator in the hands of Divide.
Last player standing.
And Stacks both gonna die as the plant comes in. So a flawless round. Slow the roll of T1.
The Paper X just answer right back. Some pace of their own with some aggression. Quick TPs forward. They're just storming through. Just a little bit off balance there. Back-to-back flawlesses. Challenging Munchkin, winning that duel. By just barely. Barely's good enough. Paper X Camp likes what they see. See if they can keep it up. Just a shotgun. Gonna try to set up shop in the mid doors. He's gonna hear all kinds of noise. Forsaken not being quiet with the movement.
They're scaling right past it.
Yep.
Be decently suspicious that this bike could be coming in. It's odd. Did not notice?
Envy might die here.
Pretty much can do a bit of damage. Does have the regen armor. Bit of health back. Meanwhile, Meteor now going to be spotted here backside. Paranoia going to be sent through, not able to connect. None is there. Meteor will feel on the one, but as the wall will fall. Take apart something with that operator. Just behind himself a second kill. Buzz looking for the transfer. Something up into the air. Draws to the short. He finds the kill, and now it is just Izu. Left to his own devices. The quick pivot coming in. Envy turns away from the angle. It's that spike, and Izu gets here pretty damn fast, but still will be able to go for the safe planet backside. This is very much narrow the options of approach for Izu. But should have this now sussed out.
You would think, but they're still pretty convinced. Well, now they know.
Here's the confirmation they wanted.
Scanning ahead.
Something doesn't have the operator. Pace forward. And Izu trying to get those taps across. He cannot. It's going to be a 4K from something. As that is now 2-2. One fan asking something to play me on.
I think you might be onto something there. Well, this is the fight I was kind of curious about. That Buzz battle out in mid. I thought that might be kind of an important linchpin here to open up that extra angle, but something gets airborne. Is able to get that shorty to work. Just laughing away, having a great time.
7-2. Buzz out for blood, gets the reveal there onto something. Eventually will be able to find the kill, but it was labored. Falls down to 30 health. Barely manages to exit. He's not going to be able to collect any weaponry from that. So Overdrive will expire. He's going to be left with a classic.
Jet out of the round, and Meteor a lot of time, and T1's going to be here. They know.
No point putting a catch on these two players. They fight just a pride delay. They have the correct stack. They both will decide to take a look at the entry. Izu eventually going to be found. Counter-spam as well, as the Meteor will get taken low. Doesn't get taken down. He gets an opportunity for that shot. Manages to connect it onto the Vibe, but Envy still holding his own for 2 as Meteor and Stacks will fall. Way behind the box for Buzz, but just 30 health in a classic. As Munchkin setting up the high tide. Works his way into back sight, but the spike is working its way into mid. Paper Rex could just fully pivot this one over to the A side of the map. They have all of the time in the world.
Now this is the pivot I wanted to see after the 0 point confirmed onto them, but Paper Rex will just try to challenge you, even in their own ability to win fights. He will come through.
Spike planted.
Forsaken waits all the way up in window. Wait for that footsteps.
Collection of some weapons with that Vandal. He's going to be making a hell of a lot of noise, but with the Outlaw, it's only Forsaken that's really at severe risk. But we'll just have the backstab and Envy. Okay, nails the shot on the Munchkin as well. Over from doors. Paper Rex now in the lead, 3-2, and they're starting to get the energy back.
Just the confidence here from Envy to swing into the site and open up that extra space that Paper Rex can use to eventually escape. There's that high tide against Munchkin too. Very nicely thought out. It took a little bit longer than I maybe would have liked, but they did get there.
How did Beyond end up in a real good before you?
It's a great question. I don't have an answer that would ever make sense. What happened in that corner? Meteor almost beeping this round.
Leads up on the follow-up, and that's going to force a timeout call from T1. 1 round deficit. Not going to be happy with this.
No, and honestly, I'm kind of curious what they want to talk about, what KDG wants to talk about, because a lot of these rounds have been pretty decent reads for T1. Like, they're generally kind of getting their pieces in the right places. They're just losing some of these fights in mid was the real reason that some of these rounds started to get strung together for Paper Rex initially. Took some fights, some ill-advised fights there. But when it comes to when Paper Rex tries to, you know, make a main hit through either A, well, mostly B here, but they've widely been there to try to shut it down. So, just talking about how they want to be a little more patient for post plants or something like that. Get Buzz the op. How they want to place that on the map to maybe try to lock down mid a little bit here more.
Need a drop.
Be the play.
Thanks.
Something
off.
Yep.
Same angles here. Good spot. Want to take it. Not nail that shot, but Stax is just going to spam through the smoke, and that'll do the trick. Unlucky. Meanwhile, Divine peeking alongside the drone, and Buzz. Just go ahead and pick him apart. Two-player advantage. T1 look to tie this up.
Bacon, I believe, trying to sell a bit of a fake there from mid. Bam down, trying to silently walk back.
Well, you got to save now.
Don't set.
And to fight back. Still on the Stacks. Munchkin still spotted all the way here in mid. We'll have to jump on him. Something. Peek in the doors. Sort of Izu does manage to find a bit more damage. Pops over to a Vandal. Actually, want to play this out.
Quite a bit of money, actually, as Paper Rex.
Ooh, damage would be good.
30
It's
seconds
going to be able to
left.
find Meteor. Now wins forward, gets his way through the doors. Another Cloudburst. Cover his exit as he slides into the A site. Half of the plan, trying to see if there's anybody hot on his heels. Now will commit for this. If something can pull off this clutch, this would be potentially backbreaking. They nearly give him the opportunity to isolate. Stun is there. Smoke will go up. Munchkin will find the kill. T1 with 2 players surviving will be able to tie it up at 3-3.
Yeah, it's all about mid control on this map right now. It seems like whoever can maintain that is giving themselves the higher percentage odds to win rounds overall. This time around, it's early kills for T1 Stacks. Yeah, that sometimes it just be like that. Buzz immediately gets over there, drops the spike, and makes this round an absolute mess for Paper Rex. You have to fight tooth and nail just to get the plant through. He does get there, yes, but he's in a awful position. Not gonna do anything about it. No more op here for Paper Rex. Still Buzz though.
Ready between 9-4 and 1. Buzz and something. Looking to keep their teams alive in this series. Again, but it's going to be scaled up through the elbow. Ching immediately finding the kill on the Stacks. Izu dead as well. Now he's just got to TP across the map.
Oh.
Buzz is now on an island, sets up the fast lane. The counter's there from something, and Buzz just can't get the gun drawn out in time. Operator is going to be lost, as is this round.
Last player standing.
Bit of back and forth here once again as Paper Rex will reestablish a lead. Tugged on the corner, cannot hold on to his weapon as well. Flawless round for Paper Rex at that.
That's going to do a ton of damage to the economy here of T1. We're pretty low. Trying to get those ops. Includes a nail on some of these rounds. We only have a couple players surviving the previous one. And just a couple players just pushing space. Forsaken. One's double doors. Jing going up elbow. Again, Paper Rex is willing to challenge you like that. See it on just about every map where they'll throw. It feels random, like Mika was talking about, but it's not. They have plans behind all of this. Will they go up through mid again? This time, 4-man strong.
Pushing their way forward. Time to smoke and nest. Sheriff has to stay tucked away. They're sailing into that position while.
干，谁约我？
Look at that corner with the meteor. Again, it's like it starts to be able to backpedal away from that one. Shorty eventually will be able to collect the kill. Backs now.
谁约我单挑？
Close the
出来
gap. Barrel stuff, but he cannot. Also clean up a kill, but
如何切？
68.
Spike planted. There.
He and Izu. Gonna have
如何切没？
to stand on
不知道，
in
他
this
死
round.
了。
可怜，可怜。
Should be done.
如果我是 DJ， 是 DJ， 是 DJ。
Last player standing.
Find the first Forsaken. Lead the charge. Go ahead and get the cleanup as well. 2 kills for him. Paper Rex now starting to firm up that lead.
This, of course, was an eco for T1, but Paper Rex fans very much 50-50, I'd say, but nothing going to be behind him. Oh, nice little swing here. Something as usual. Loves to get airborne. Use that shorty. Make your life miserable as a defender. Let's see. Buzz has the op again.
Back into it.
Well, nobody wants to use these ults. I mean, with Axe's ult there, it makes it a little tricky for Paper Rex.
Pull over elbow after backstab previously. It's just going to be an immediate use of this no command. Dax, I mean, he's going to be put down in mid. If they can try to cover that and get the res, seems like they can, but now Buzz is gone as well. The operator once again out of the fray. Something continuing to go on the lurk to tear them apart. Forsaken grabs the op, takes out Izu, and T1. They are struggling now.
Last player standing.
Just too snappy with it in Munchkin. The lurk away, nothing more to be done in this one.
The confidence is just through the roof for Paper Rex, and they're winning every fight they take. I mean, beating Buzz again when he has an op to buy.
I'm gonna try to injure this. It's cheeky, but also
not gonna work. I appreciate the attempt, Munchkin.
It's no, Munchkin. You're playing Paper Rex, not Team Liquid.
Taken out. One enemy remaining.
I mean, look at how clean they are here. Just everybody on point right now. Still, I mean, again, I keep mentioning it, but Dai is very vocal, very loud. More ults in play. Stacks have used his, so now a little more freedom here for Paper Rex. They're trying to counter spam. T1 is going to play off of that smoke. They were looking for a fight, but Paper Rex had backed off that angle. Seemed like it caught on Izu.
射队友是
空吧。
More players here on the A side. Going up and over the top. 0 point will get the cancel right before it pushes the wall. A little back help here from Izu, but he gets flanked. Something swings around through the center of pyramids. It's just him. Meanwhile, 3 kills are going to be found for Team 1, but nothing settled, and it's going to be Stacks left to his own devices and dead. Paper Rex up 7-3. Locking up a lead at the half for the first time in this series.
It just doesn't matter how good your read is as T1 right now. Paper Rex is just better. They've hit that gear. They've hit that level where they just feel unstoppable. where everybody's just so well coordinated, making good reads, making good plays in the heat of the moment, you know, pushing that space, getting that player, collapsing on them together. And when there is an isolated fight, winning it. But almost every one of those fights they took was two players swinging onto a T1 player.
Now they're just going to keep hitting A.
Why not?
Punching this side of Izu. Just got to backpedal and just has to run away.
You should know it's weak in the early part of the round based on what you've been seeing.
He's taking this thing so deep, he's got to jut down. It's going to be the overdrive pulled in. Immediately runs down Buzz. Jump in the corner of the Judge. They had him scouted out. The ping reveal. Munchkin. Dead. Stacks. Slow creeping into the smoke. And Jing is there ready to receive. Gets the kill. And that's just going to be the cleanup. T1 cannot catch a break right now. It feels like they cannot buy a round win.
I mean, Paper X has just turned up the tempo. It turned up the heat. And T1 is boiling. The coach is still having a little bit of discussion about that round, maybe. Something that could have been different, but, I mean, as Forsaken, you get the reveal, you know he's in the corner. Why not? Oh, Stacks, you took away my ultimate? Oh, no. I have a Judge. Here we go.
They're back into it. Oof. And that's just Buzz dead. Teed up by the knife into the chest. Envy has the shot.
Oh.
Tuck away position here from Munchkin. Tailwind from something. Tries to be cheeky with the movement, but will still get hounded down.
Paper X here. They're trying to create some question marks on the map, using a bunch of util different areas.
I think it's a 2-2 split, but now they're starting to lean into A.
This is like a fake. T1 actually reading this nicely. Look at the buy though. The lurk.
Well, ready for that one. He's able to find Envy.
Gotta get here in time now.
Setting up that shotgun burst.
How did that not be more
Not really able to find him there. Meteor cuts him down, but a lot of this is going to be leaning on Devi, who's now working his way through. He's already spotted out one. Munchkin going to be identified. Jing on the repeat. Will find the kill. Devi now striking in from behind. Izu taking him down. And Jing is there for the finisher. He gets the 3K. And Paper Rex. They absolutely demolish.
What?
They can do nothing wrong.
What? What is this, Jing? There's no way this is T1's round. I don't know what Forsaken's doing here. He swings this box, ill-advised. Who gives a crap? Jing just feeling it.
Oh. Munchkin's fishing in the smoke. He's trying to find the kill, but Jing's just like, well, I'm just going to challenge you again.
Unreal.
9-3. Paper X dominantly out in front. And this is after they dropped the pistol.
Yeah. No, they just... It's just like if they just hit that gear, it's just like back on Split. You just cannot stop them. Everybody just kind of gets in that zone, hits that flow state. They know how to work together. They've been playing together so long. It's just finding that groove. And once they're in it, they're settled. And you're just left scratching your head as T1 because I really want to credit them, at least in terms of putting the players where they should be. They're doing a fine job of it. They just couldn't capitalize. They couldn't keep up with what Paper X was bringing. It's just too fast. Sometimes players are just outdoing you and picking their moments to keep the tempo up, keep the pressure on. Anyone just can't react. But it's their turn now. They've got that attack side. They've got a big pistol coming here. They've been overall better. Paper X only won one pistol, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. 4-1 in that regard.
Walking all down.
Noise here as well, and now here comes the flood. Frantically trying to backpedal. He doesn't have too far to go. He's just going to get taken down. There's no escape, no corner to swing around to break the line of sight. At the same time, Stacks nearly getting timing. See each other. Just flush against the wall, and yeah, they just mentality. Hunt together.
Spike plant.
Already 2 players down. Buzz now himself on an island. He just get himself into a 1v1 though.
Dinosaurs strong together.
Dinosaur together strong.
Sure.
On the corner, Divide does manage to get Buzz. Izu's dead. Divide kills Munchkin. Paper Rex are up to double digits. T1 hitting such severe levels of desperation in this series. Down by 7 rounds. Paper Rex are looking to storm their way into that final slot for Masters London.
Yeah, they're just making good reads now, making good plays, playing together. It's really as simple as that sometimes. You can have a judge for something, a couple Bulldogs, a couple pistols. So Paper Rex looking to scale up, I bet, into a fast op for round 3, just like we've been seeing from T1 on this defender's side. T1 though will, at least early, find the weak side. Oh my god.
They will also not force into the round. Teams very rarely end up doing. Meanwhile, big, loud push down towards Sand. Izu able to find one. Munchkin with another bit of high Envy also traded back.
Guns though.
Get into a 3v3, but can they reach those weapons? Envy here.
这么小啊
He'll take down Divide. And suddenly, T1 look to turn this around after dropping this pistol.
Some mistakes in the heat of the moment there for Paper Rex. Gonna cost them. Shotgun.
Will do quite a bit of damage. Stacks able to get away from the second one though, so stays alive. Envy himself. 22 HP. Still slow keeping up through mid. Was watching it arch.
One enemy remaining.
Swings it as the kill. Right out, checks over towards main. Goes in inside, they're going to be tunneled for arches. Well, they have it confirmed. What around this would be what is clutch. It would be for something as he finds the first. Stack's going to be taken down in the corner. Izu dead. Time, however, getting away from him. Buzz will be able to put him down, getting that final kill. Swap of the weapon. Guardian grabbed. It's another Thrifty for T1 as they answer back. Still a 6-round deficit.
Well, let's see if that can really turn things around for T1. This is, you know, Paper Rex knows what they're getting themselves into, and they commit to it anyway. And Forsakens maybe misread where he thought they were going to end up being, and they had already swung all the way into their own spawn, and it's caught after throwing util. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the charitable donation, Paper Rex.
Yeah, that's an error that I do not want to see.
And they put it further use, and they get value off the back of that Thrifty, or can Paper Rex just, you know, maybe even just shrug off this one and then close it, because Munchkin is checking under window. Divide. It's just a shot with a Munchkin.
One for Paper Rex. I mean, it's going to be so frustrating for the coaches because you're getting into that early op, you're looking for that bonus. Now you set those plants back, but you know with these guys.
Pause. We'll find that second shot. Forsaken now dead. Fast lane set up was.
Oh, it's a real easy man.
Backside, Guardian shots opening up, not able to find the Divide. Didn't get himself a second kill on a Stacks before now being taken down.
Last player
Arriving dead, Envy. Try to see if he can get a bit more damage through. His meter back down to 5 health.
Spike planted.
With a shotgun, was gone, and he's down to 5. They have 10 health between them.
Blatted.
That is disgusting. Quick peek, and Meteor swing in, will be able to spare their blushes, but my God, Envy almost just pulled off one of the most monstrous clutches we would have seen.
I mean, it would have been absolutely miraculous. It was so close. They line up there for one of those sheriff shots. Why? So nasty with snipers. That's just ridiculous. Why? Run him down and still narrow margins for T1 here. They need to keep this streak going. Like, this is a round you cannot drop. You don't want to give anything over.
Forsaken dead off the rip. Meteor does suffer a decent amount of damage though. Going to be down to 30 HP. Meanwhile, site is taken. One in control of A for now. Divide tucked in behind the wall. A little bit of counter spam going through. Stacks worked low and Buzz. Let me take it down. There's the reveal. It's Stacks. He's able to find that first kill, and the Jing follows up on the Divide. Whoa, this had 3v2, but now into a 1v1. Izu backpedaling. Two shocks, the drone. Tailwind for something. Blue defuse. Izu. Peeks the corner, checks it. Cross back around behind the box. The drone out. Something's just going to push this one. Izu. He steadies the weapon in time. Clutches it out. T1 barely get by with a round win.
So nicely played there by Izu, but he almost biffed it at the end.
Can't believe he didn't.
I can't believe he threw the drone. I mean, that was risky business, and he probably should have been punished for it, but Stacks getting two there. Absolutely massive. I think you're going to see a timeout here. Paper Rex, you need to slow this down, because you know how close you were, and some crucial mistakes have opened up a window for T1.
Timeout, not yet. Maybe ahead of the next 5, but for now, it's just going to be a 50 attempt. As Envy starts things off nicely. Side out, however, to the demise. Munchkin, Izu, Stacks, one apiece. Pick them apart. They're very much ready for this mid-pressure. Not getting committed into the round, even just for good measure by Munchkin. Just trying to assess where these two remaining players could be.
One gun that you can pick up, they pinged it out over by the door. Grab that and try to make a go of this. I think this is very, very, very undoable. I'm already ticking.
Spot out several players. The guy might be able to find that reset. Unfortunately for something not going to find too much value here. Nor will the Sheriff. Meteor pushes through that smoke, disrespects it, comes away with the kill, and suddenly T1 are 3 rounds away from tying this up.
Yeah, you've got to pump the brakes, I would think. Nice shot there to deal with the Outlaw, but not the gun you want to drop. Ooh. Absolutely filthy shooting here. T1 again. Right place, right time, and it's starting to come together, so you need to start changing up the ideas and the trajectories as Paper Rex. Just being able to rely on that raw skill, not going to be good enough against T1 right now. Again, it's so painful that you couldn't get, your anti-eco. Got to get that off into something's hands, I think. Got to get a way to slow T1 down. They got it at Toronto.
Oh, they're just talking about city-wise. I'm like, oh, wait, no, yeah, that's where they both come in from. So.
Yeah. I'll back that.
Let's see what happens for Paper Rex. And they win. Convert off the back of this timeout. Take that next step towards closing out this series. T1 continue on this warpath.
Any ults for both teams.
Or ready to go on either side. An operator in the hands of something. This has been a big boon for Paper Rex, a bane for T1.
This has to find value.
They are leaning on the complete opposite side of the map at the moment.
I think if they just rush A, I mean, how to play full retake.
Yep, Ultraman scaling up into mid. His Stacks arriving. That's going to get that null out onto the 2 players. Can be taken. Divide. Able to find the spam. Stacks is going to be dropped, and it's in a very awkward spot. Hit not going to be committed. They're just going to have to leave him to bleed out on the floor. No real way to rescue this KO. At the same time, disconnected position from Munchkin, watching over towards Shop. Here's the sprint here, spotting out these 2 players, decides to open up, pulls the trigger, finds Jing, looks for a little bit more. Forsaken, however, never took the corner. It's going to be Buzz sliding forward, able to find the kill. Hunter's Fury now let loose by Envy. Frantically and desperately searching for anything that he could possibly get, but he comes up empty-handed as Meteor finds Divide. And T1 will continue to find round win after round win. Now 8-10.
It's the same problems again for Paper Rex that plagued them against KRX, where Mako was constantly finding those lurks, those lingers. Something will take down Munchkin in the long run, but Munchkin did the damage that needed to be done to secure the round for T1. Something that Paper Rex players need to be more aware of, need to be clearing a lot more of that space before they commit to these retakes. I don't mind them being patient here, but this is something I was worried about in the back of my mind, was the way that Mako was absolutely tearing them apart on this map. They still haven't quite made the adjustments.
And they continue to avoid the operator. That's going to be critical. Granted, it is a 3-to-1 exchange as far as the ult is concerned. You want to look for the silver lining for Paper Rex. Paranoia now going to be sent out. Madison Isu served up on a platter. Done there on the corner. Buzz only able to find the one. The judgment Forsaken will be able to take down Stacks. And it looks like Paper Rex is back. Slide in. He gives himself a third. And it's just Meteor now dead. Clean as all hell. It was only a matter of time. Paper Rex now break the T1 run back win streak.
Huge. Just a great call. The challenge A main, they had given up this space willingly in the previous round. And this time they say, let's make sure that T1 is going to go for this again, that we've got that judge there and we're ready. Who cares if you get flashed and stunned when you got a Neon and a judge? Just run at him. Forsaken there. Really nice patience.
Now just 2 more rounds to go. Trying to see for any position, but ultimate place. Walk forward for Meteor. Scales his way up in the mid.
So impressive.
Ooh. What? King is able to find 2.
Spike down A.
Buzz and Stacks. Eliminated. Meteor now, pressure building up on him. Poison Orb is going to be going up. Allows him to block his entry into this position, but tail forward. And there's the timing. He completely misses the gun barrel, doesn't see something. Paper Rex. They're getting themselves up to match point. T1 need 4 rounds in a row just to take this to overtime.
London looms. It calls for Paper Rex. They're going to be able to answer. They finally found their ability to start locking down these moments, and it's just a different look at how you're going to make this A main fight happen. Alert through the smoke for Jing. Some patience even after getting 0-pointed. Good coverage of mid. You had 2 players watching it, not just something, but also Envy. He was watching from back yellow. T1 has to take their last time out, potentially here of stage 1.
Get 1 more, obviously, if they can take this into overtime. Nice win streak built up off of that eco win. Now 4 in a row. The operator still in hand. Cash for Paper Rex also strong. This is a very difficult battle. T1 are unlikely to win. Paper Rex, it feels like they just destined to get themselves back onto that global stage. They want another crack at the trophy. Dropping Santiago final over to Longshan Red Force.
I think here is T1, it's probably just a call to slow it down. Wait them out, see what they're going to do at the beginning of the round. Give them a little bit of space, see if they make a mistake potentially. Just see, maybe some mid-aggression would be in order. Go for A again, just saying, look, they're not going to expect it a 3rd time in a row.
God, something is here. Thrown over the top. We'll get the reveal, and they're going to try to hound him down with this Hunter's Fury. This is a bit wanting, it feels like, from T1 and from Izu. The tags cannot be found. It's just going to be a matter of damage, and manages to connect onto the enemy jet. Relay bolt going to be sent, but Buzz forced away. Can't swing that corner. Help truck bringing out. A shorty in hand for something, and Buzz is going to find one. Coming to the corner of the knife, going to be coming through, and Munchkin will get taken down. He's going to run a little bit more, but eventually will be taken down. Buzz able to find the kill. Forsaken down. HP slides in. He's still coming away. 3 kills. Forsaken! Absolutely destroys their hopes and dreams. Leaving Meteor now in a 1v2. Jing and Devi. An effective high-low stack now broken. But they play together. The spike is on the floor. The meteor that we saw at Bangkok needs to be the one that shows up here now to pull off a 1v2 of this caliber. TP to check over towards backside. Here waits it out. Back in. Wants to touch peek. He wants to try to get that kill, but he cannot. Half the plan, fades out the fight, swings the corner. He's down to 48. Paper Rex, they have it in hand. 10 seconds remaining. Meteor cannot make it happen. Paper Rex cannot be denied the global stage. They eliminate T1, and they qualify for Masters London.
It's another stunner, another cortisol-inducing game from Paper Rex. But they've got the win. T1 so close here. Had a great read on Ascent. But Breeze just not enough in the tank on the defender side to hold back the tidal wave of Paper Rex players.